Niner fam, I don't know if you've been paying any attention. Now, maybe losing a lot of coaches and things like that. We've been gaining a few. But you know what I'm really excited about? Which overlooks everything. I just realized it hit me like a hammer. I didn't even think about it so hard when I first heard about it. But the 49ers coaching staff is handling the South in the Senior Bowl. Do you know what that means? You should have told me about it. I wasn't even thinking. Every season, the Senior Bowl, right? It is special. I don't really take it very seriously every year, though. I'll check it out here and there. Because, college players, they come in and they go, they come, yeah, some of them are going to make it. A percentage of them are going to make it. The biggest part of them ain't. So, I don't take them seriously until they get into But anyway, this season is particularly special because Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh will get a close look at players that would have to, normally they would have to be scheduled, right? You know all those visits they get each and every year? And you only get like 8 or 9 of them, right? 8 or 9? Oh, we will surpass that record this year. NFL rules in place. That's why, you can only see so many guys, right? But the coaches now can get to know the players beyond their skills as well. Some of those intangibles, those things that we don't get to find out about until it's too late. What if Reuben Foster would have played last year in the Senior Bowl and Kyle could have talked to him and Shanahan? Kyle and Lynch would have talked to him. They would have never drafted him. I ain't hate no Reuben, man. But the thing is, Reuben left a gap in our roster. We could have used that first round pick for something else. This is what I'm mostly pissed off about. Anyway, now knowing these guys, huge numbers of them, they get observations on character, which will be noted and seriously noted this year. All the intangibles and this is huge. It just dawned on me. I said, you know what? This is like better than usual. Now the 49ers don't have the scouts, don't have to go around doing all that stuff. They can just go talk to these guys. Kyle should get at least 2 or 3 guys off this alone that are just blue chip ball players, right? Oh, man. But one thing we did get gypped out of the 49er coaches, I'm sure they were looking at me, Josh Allen. Josh Allen, let me shake your hand, boy. Damn. Good season. Good job. Can't do it. Josh declined. Said, I can't play, man. I got to get ready. Come out there and get hurt, man, and ruin my draft stock. I can't play for another year. No, thank you. Smart move on his part. I can't even get mad about that. But others, James has called in here a few weeks ago and said something about Jaylon Ferguson. Every year I say I'm going to pay closer attention to college ball, but I never get a chance to really do it. Jaylon Ferguson is out of control. The man's a maniac. I didn't know he had 17.5 sacks. That's outrageous. 17.5. He gets mixed reviews, though. Some people like him, some people don't. I bet you it has something to do, and I'm not talking about just the average observer. I'm talking about people that put out reports on players. Some like him a lot, some don't. I think the mark was he's been known to take plays. You hear this about certain players every year, but how do you get 17.5 sacks taking plays off? Okay, so that means if you work full time, you go at 30? God, that's just... Anyway, Jaylon Ferguson out of Louisiana Tech, Montez Sweat. I heard some things about him as well. Montez, between him and Ferguson, that's 32 sacks. Ferguson had 17.5. Montez came in with 14 and a half. Talents are endless on the defensive line. The 49ers are looking to upgrade the secondary, saying that Juan Thornhill, Virginia. 2018 stats, 98 total tackles. What? He damn near eclipsed 100 tackles playing cornerback. 6 INTs, and he's 7 passes defended. Darius West, Kentucky, 86 total tackles, 3 interceptions, 6 passes defended. Sheldrick Redwine, 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 2 passes defended. That's just, I've given you a few because I ain't going to go down through the whole list. This is just ridiculous, all right? Coaching this game is going to be a huge opportunity for the 49ers who are interested in checking out Packers. Okay, see, the Packers went and took away from us. At first, Adam Stenavich, this could have impact on the 49ers because your offensive line, although some people still think the 49ers offensive line is weak, I don't know what they're looking at, but some people still think the offensive line is in trouble. Mike Person is the only guy on that offensive line that's not measuring up. You got first-round draft picks from left to right. Weston Richburg was playing injured. He's a better center than that as well. So if I got McGlinchey, Garnett, who actually I've been telling you about how he impressed me. Man, Garnett came in and had before he got hurt, the big toe, Garnett was busting through that line and knocking people back. And did you see him? I mean, in that last game, Garnett coming downfield, just grabs Alfred Morris and just starts carrying him down the field, just elbowing dudes out the way. I said, that's Joshua Garnett, ain't it? It is. That's Joshua Garnett. What's got into him? And I'm never going to get over it. He pissed Aaron Donald off. Why? Aaron Donald got pissed off at nobody. He got mad because Joshua was handling his butt. I said, you know what? Let's get over our feelings about Joshua Garnett. Just put him to the side. Put his ass back out there. Let's take another look. I'm through judging Joshua Garnett. Joshua Garnett has shown me to shut the hell up and let him do his thing. He may be just rounding out now to where he's supposed to be. If I put him next to McGlinchey, I got a feeling good things are going to happen. But we please not get hurt again. Garnett, the only thing about him is he gets hurt. A lot of players play hard, they get hurt. Garnett, though, I wasn't even sure if he was playing hard, but he got hurt. This is why the thing is I got mad. So anyway, John Benton is still a man. He is in charge of the O-line, but it was mainly Stenavich who worked closely with right tackle Mike McGlinchey, who was named to the NFL All-Rookie team. Stenavich, why you got to leave, man? Why? You know what, though? Complaining about coaches that are leaving is one thing. But what if some of the guys we brought in proved to be okay? Now, because you already know Joe Woods is going to be a raise above Jeff Hafley. Hell, you and I could go in and do better than Jeff Hafley. Hafley wasn't doing nothing. I mean, he had the point squad. I mean, after every play, after he got smoked. So I don't want that this year. I really don't. That's very disturbing because that means if they're confused, apparently the coach ain't doing his job, right? So, hey, how about George? Killer's just raking up, man. 49ers going to have to expand his contract. They can't even wait till it expires, man. They better have to give George some more money next year. He's the most improved player of the year by PFWA, which is the Professional Football Writers of America. They have said George Kittle, he is the NFL's most improved player in 1 year. And boy, they never said it true. Truth, they never been told bigger than that. George Kittle just jumped out of a bag. Last year, he wasn't bad. He was a rookie. This year, he just lost his mind. I'm just delighted. Next year, oh, man. We still need to add a couple of more freaks. And I check out Ronbo Sports, the app. I just wrote up a whole article about freaks and how they pertain to Kyle. Look down through the lineup. Every player we have on offense is an absolute freak. Jimmy G's a freak. Look at him. Going around and dating girls that got 45-inch. Doing things like coming in and beating teams up with only a few weeks of practice. People don't know about Jerick McKinnon, but they will find out. Jerick McKinnon is no normal person, okay? Jerick McKinnon is an absolute freak. It was blowing practice up you heard about Jerick McKinnon blowing up the 49ers defense every day before he got hurt, before we went into the Minnesota game. Look at Matt Breida. Does Matt Breida look normal to you? Hell no, he doesn't. And who knew he had that kind of skill? I knew he was good, but we didn't see it when he was running behind Carlos. And Dante Pettis, the man who likes cats. What does he do to a defender that's on him? Get your ass embarrassed very badly. Marquise Goodwin. You know what? Marquise Goodwin last year almost got 1,000 yards. Had Jimmy G showed up early, he'd have been way over 1,000 yards. You see what I'm saying? There are no George Kittle. You don't get any more unusual than that. George Kittle is playing like a man half his size. All right? So man, I can't wait till next year. They're going to add a couple more freaks because that's what they do. Kyle Juszczyk. Juszczyk's been screwing up, but still, there is not a fullback in the NFL that can do what Kyle Juszczyk can do. That's why he's on the Pro Bowl each and every year. Nobody even talks about any other fullbacks. Only him. He's on our team. So that's why I'm saying when it's believed that the 49ers are miles and miles and years away. No. They're about a healthy squad, one or two more offensive weapons away. And for God's sakes, fix that defense, which may be the case as early as this year. We'll see. But these are all the things that are going through my mind. I'm ready to talk to you. Hey, J. Dot the Third. Let me use J. Dot the Third. I like that. Hey, bring back the 49ers rap song back from the 80s. What was that one? I got to look that one up. Tony Cope. What's up, Tony? Yeah, just go Niners. 120 Horatio Flores. Ronbo. What's up, Horatio? David Rendon. It's up. It's cool to be you. Yeah. And the dude 208-133. I mean, there's an argument going on right now. I see there's a Tom Brady fan in here. We're going to have to go through this, man. That's why I'm pulling so hard for the Chiefs this weekend. It's not even funny, man. What? God. Anyway, Joe Montana is the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. Joe Montana's record is 4-0. Tom Brady has 5. He's got 5 rings. Does Tom have 5? Wait a minute. Tom has 4. They're tied, right? Are they tied? Anyway, Tom's got way more losses. And he's got several other things going against him that ain't going to work. Joe is still head and shoulders above the best NFL quarterback of all time when it comes to the big stage. Lil Chad, what's up? Suckhijit. I was talking to Sukhjit Shagil. Is that Thai? What's up, Nana Chad? He says Anthony Anderson. What's up, Nana Gang? David Royce. Yes, David. Dennis! And there's Okie Niner. Okie Niner, what's up, man? And Grego Smith. And Kyle loves speed rushes, man. He's got a choice coming up here. Ooh. Thug 8200, what's up? Joseph Gonzalez. Montana's the GOAT. Agreed. John Hain, what's up? And the Niner Empire. And Albert Carrasco says a trivia question. Can anyone tell me Yamin's occupation? If he comes on tonight, we'll have him ask. I'll ask him. Oh, God. And there he is. And who says, I'll be watching. It's Sean up in the house. What's up, Sean? And Sean says, Niners! And bleep the rest. Question 6, shout out to Ronbo, hardest working. Too much, man. We all get together on working hard, man. It's all about loving. We should have a contest of who loves the 49ers the most. Wouldn't it be a wonderful apparatus if you just put your finger in the apparatus, put your finger in there. Watch that needle. He love stops there. Somebody else. And ask Rudy how much he loves the Rams. Bandwagon. Where were we? Oh, yeah. And the boss, George, sup, fam? See, this is why, this game this weekend, man, I can't wait. We're going to be doing that game, boy. I tell you, Rams versus Saints, man. You got the Gumbo. This is the Gumbo Bowl. Because you already know the Gumbo Bowl involves Sean Payton versus Marcus Peters. Jock!
What's up, boy?
Jock, you like Gumbo?
Listen, man. Ronbo. I know what you're going, where you're going with that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man. I already got my my Super Bowl. You know, who's playing in the Super Bowl? You know,
Who you got?
I got KC, and then, you know, I don't want to break your heart, Rumble.
Who? You got the Rams?
The one, yeah. The one in our division. You know what I'm saying?
Jock, you going to be eating gumbo at the end of this. I'm telling you right now, that game. Because you and Marcus Peters going to both be sitting in the locker room eating that gumbo and saying, it wasn't my fault, y'all. Give me some more hot sauce. It wasn't my fault. If he wouldn't have thrown the ball over that way and if I would have tripped, they wouldn't have got nothing.
You know, let me tell you. I think Drew Brees, the fact that they play already,
yeah,
and that's the rematch.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know that the coach from the Rams, that boy is a genius, man. He's a genius. I gotta give it to him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees is gonna be in a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're taking this position, Jock, because I want somebody to talk to after that game. Because I'm telling you, boy, I'm looking for. Jock, what you got to realize is, if they can't run the ball, you cannot depend on Jared Goff. I do realize that C.J. Anderson is scary, but I also realize there's a problem there with C.J. Anderson versus Todd Gurley, because Gurley's looking over, standing over there looking like, why y'all keep giving him the ball? I'm Todd Gurley, man. I mean, y'all just picked him up off the street last week. Coach, what's up? I can see some problems.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but guess what, Rumble? I don't think at this point, where they at right now, I don't think they're thinking of that. Right now, they're thinking of, you know what I'm saying, putting that hat on tomorrow and say that, okay, we got the West. You know what I'm saying? We got the West, you know. So and I guarantee you, Ronbo, I know them boys, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, Ronbo.
Go get the butt handed to him down there in Nolans. Boy, you take them all out to the French Quarter after a while and say, Rams, y'all did a good job, but you came to the wrong house.
Let me tell you, I don't like the Rams. The Rams is never my team.
Yeah.
But, I gotta give them the prop, I gotta give them the prop,
you know what?
They deserve it, you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you, they've been picking up first pick, for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Stubblefield, what did he say, Rumble? What did Donald Stubblefield say?
Same old sorry-ass Rams.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? It's going to be a fun game. I ain't counting the Rams all the way out, but I do believe if they'd have been playing in L.A., it might have been a different story. But, Jock, before we say goodbye, let me get your opinion, though. On the 49ers being in like a candy shop, the coach is going to be looking through all these coaches. I mean, all these players. And I looked over the roster today. See, I didn't even know they had Jaylon Ferguson. I mean, Matisse Sweat. I didn't even know. I said, we get to look up close and personal.
Rumble. Let me ask you this. I know we're about to we're gonna coach the South, right?
Yeah. Which is delightful.
So,
that's exactly what I wanted.
We're supposed to have a full squad. Our squad ain't ready because we don't have a quarterback coach. You know what I'm saying? He went to Denver. Okay, we ain't got his replacement yet.
You got. You know what? Okay. Kyle can handle that until they find somebody, because Kyle is like the guru, the Jedi, the top dog when it comes to quarterback whisperer. So it's okay for now. They do need to get some replacements for Rich as soon as possible. I believe it's going to be LaFleur, or they got one other guy. One of them's going to get appointed that position, though.
Yeah, because we do need that. All right, we do need a quarterback coach. You know what I'm saying? And right now I'm satisfied with the 2 pick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The 2 pick that we got. You know, I'm satisfied with that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, you know, we need, you know, I don't know. We got 2 dudes that we need to replace. I mean, we got the quarterback coach and the what's his name? The very first guy that
offensive line coach
they got rid of.
Oh, the first guy we got rid of, Scangarello. Scangarello's the first guy. Halfley's was next.
No, the trainer.
I forgot all about the trainer. You're right. We ain't got any trainers yet.
Yeah. You know.
They must have a plan for that. You know. They must.
You know, we need to jump quick on those things, man. Ronbo, man. You know.
Well, you know they got to be careful. Don't jump too quick because it's off season. Find the right guy this time. You know. That's
but let me tell you. If I were the Niners, you know who I would have jumped onto that right now is out there.
Yeah.
The OC for Dallas. That guy is well known.
Oh yeah.
He's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
OC? You mean DC?
I forgot Lennon, whatever his name is. You know that guy is well known. You know what I'm saying? Very good. You know, if I were Shanahan, I would have jumped on him.
You're saying the OC? You went from trainer to OC?
No,
his name is Scott Linehan.
Yeah.
Him.
All right.
You know, I would have jumped on him.
If you can, yeah, that's the thing. Dallas is, you know. Hey, Jock, we have to go, so I'll see you. I'm gonna be talking about you the whole game as Drew Brees and company got Marcus Peters getting thrown out the game for cursing out the ref and
Ronbo, you know I'll be on your call, man. You know that. I'll be on your calls come Sunday, man.
All right, Jock, and be looking for you too. All right, Jock. You have a good night, fam.
Take it easy, Ron. Have a good night, man.
Boy, I enjoyed that. Yeah. And you know what? There's probably quite a few number of 49er fans that would like to see. Some people think that some people form an allegiance with the rest of the players or the rest of the teams NFC West. I never do. I wanted the Hawks to get crucified every time I seen them go to the playoffs. And when the Rams went in there last year, I was like so happy I was crying after they got beaten that first round. I was happy. Ooh. And this year, if they get handed their butt this year, I'm going to have to be contained. All right. Braden Carter, what's up? Ronbo Nation, I like that. He's the third. I'm here, Coach Ronbo. Yes, he's the third. You take care of the DBs. And Dolan says, Yamin is a detective for the Philadelphia PD. That's why he's always in a dark room. You may be right. Could be CIA, any number of things. Bob Money says, Ronbo as defensive line coach. Boy, I'd love it, boy. I wouldn't take no flack. Hey, you heard about DeGilmore, you know? In Detroit got rid of him. But they say he's so old school, he's kind of dangerous to put around young players. I don't know. Because he got it done. I mean, not Detroit, but Indy. Indy had one of the best offensive lines in the league, if not the best. And they fired him. Whoa! And Jesus Christ, my King. That's the name's been changed. Steve Young threw 6 TDs against Chargers in the Super Bowl. I was floating. And Tyler says, hey, did you know Anthony Barr played defensive end, running back, and wide receiver in high school, and played wide receiver, running back, and linebacker at UCLA? No, I didn't. In fact, I didn't even know Barr went to UCLA. I didn't know where he came from. Wait a minute, I do remember he's from UCLA. All I know is from what you're saying here, that's a superior athlete. So if the 49ers could get him, it would be nice. You put him back there with a guy just like him. Denise Granger, hello. What is up with everyone not in this group, but commentators and the media talking crap about our team? Anyone else hearing all the crap? Oh, Denise. You know, the 49ers are going to get a lot of disrespect until they stop the losing, you know, because nobody cares about our injuries. You know, as far as they're concerned, the team the 49ers were last year, that's exactly who they are. And what else? The 49ers, what can we say? That is what was registered on the record. We got beat to death. Meanwhile, you got Jimmy G over there tossing the ball up. Jared McKinnon was playing card games on the sideline, you know. I mean, and Matt Brady was over there. Coach, it hurts, but I can still play. Kowalski T. My arm! Jimmy Ward. Oh! I can't play. Joshua Garnett. Coach, the toe. I can't help you. You know, it just goes up and down. We had 17 guys in the IR, all right? And still people want to judge us. Denise, when they do that, tell them where to go and what's up. And tell them don't pray that the 49ers stay injured, because that's the only thing that's stopping that truck from running over the NFC West. It's Rod.
Give it to me.
Niners! What a ride.
Ronbo.
Yo.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, Rod, man, I'm sitting back here. I'm looking. It's just hitting me, man. I'm just realizing, Ronbo, I'm talking to myself as I'm standing there thinking about it. Ronbo, do you realize the 49ers ain't got to schedule no visits no more? They ain't limited to 9 or 10 people. They're going to look at a whole squad of God knows how many players. They could pick and choose, interview, and find out if they're crazy or not. To find out if they have any issues as they watch them play ball, see if they're coachable or not, where they fit in with the plan. I mean, Rod, do you realize this is a huge advantage in the draft? Oh, my God.
Oh yeah, man. You know, that game going to be played back in my hometown in Alabama, dog.
Oh, yeah. You can go. Hey, Rod, are you going to the Senior Bowl?
What you think? I will
It's
be
a
there,
foolish
baby.
question, wasn't it? I don't know what I was thinking, Rod.
Man. Hoping I can see Kyle or something.
There you go.
So,
hey,
man, I tell you what, bro.
Rod, you know what? As a matter of fact, Rod, I just realized something. Rod, one question though. If you go into the Senior Bowl, I think I may have to call. We may have to tap you in live, because I want to know about Jaylon Ferguson. Because see, the 17 and a half, he's not getting talked about enough. What Louisiana Tech? What kind of division is that?
You know what? Louisiana Tech is one of those teams that Bama always get ridiculed for playing. So really? I don't think it's a strong division, but I think they're known for having defensive guys. I think they got a reputation for having good guys on defense.
But we picked up 2 wide receivers. We picked up Trent. We picked up just a few years ago. What's our wide receiver we just lost a couple of seasons ago that used to go to Louisiana Tech? I'm talking Trent Taylor, and then there's, I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Remember we was worried about.
You're not talking about.
Go ahead. Somebody give me his name.
You're not talking about the guy that came from Atlanta with Kyle, are you?
No. Louisiana Tech. This is the wide receiver that Harbaugh picked up. That came. Remember, he showed up too early, and he jumped on the plane as soon as he got drafted. And the 49ers, whoa! You can't come in here yet. You got to go back home.
Quinn Padu, remember
yes,
that?
QP.
Yeah,
he's from Louisiana. Tech. Yeah.
Okay. So, but you see what he is now, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're not really known for offense. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's not to say that it can't happen, but
usually that's the case.
Louisiana Tech, yeah.
And Trent Taylor better look better this year. Yeah, Trent Taylor better look better this year, or he could be a casualty too. So, but go ahead, Rod. What was you getting ready to say?
Oh, the only thing I was going to get ready to say was, based on what we talked about on Twitter, my biggest fear is those Arizona Cardinals, man, might try to pair Josh Allen up with Shanahan Chandler Jones, man. That's my biggest fear.
You people who think that it's automatic that the partners will pick up Nick Bosa, but they ain't thinking, man. I don't think the Cardinals even interested in Bosa. I really don't.
I don't either.
If anything, like you mentioned Josh Allen, and they may jump up and say, "We go take Kyle Fuller with the first round pick. Anybody want Josh Rosen? We got a first round. You should give us a first round pick. He's yours." Here come the Jaguars. Here come the Giants. Raiders is thinking about it. I mean, they got all kind of people watching this thing. If I'm them, that's exactly what I do. And if it's somebody, and if you're in the first 5 or 6 picks, I struck gold. I got Kyler because that's who that coach wants. I got another first round pick coming. 49ers can do whatever they want to with the second pick. Nobody cares, especially Arizona.
Well, I honestly done kind of changed my perspective on the draft. Now, I think if we don't get Josh Allen, me personally, Nick Bosa is out of the question for me. I'm not going for him. If I don't see us getting Josh Allen, I think we go for Quentin Williams out of Alabama. And the only reason why is because I think him next to DeForest Buckner, that's an automatic shutdown on the running game.
Oh, God.
So, who knows? I mean, I know we need to get us the edge rusher, but I think Quentin Williams brings so much attention on that line, especially in that middle, that it will free up maybe somebody that we can get maybe in the latter rounds. But I think he's that much of a disruption, man. Don't count it out.
Trade back with the first round and get Jaylon. I'm telling you, I want that dude. Anybody that gets at me, I don't care what division you're in. When you get nearly 20 sacks, that means the division is below you, not you being poor. I mean, lucky. Nobody gets 18 sacks.
And what conference does he come out of?
Louisiana Tag.
What conference does he come out of?
It's out of the South. That's all that matters to me. He just probably had
that
bad
SEC,
grades.
Baby.
SEC.
Yeah,
Allen
came from Kentucky.
Yeah. See, and here's another thing. See, he might have went to Bama or Clemson or some of them other schools, but for some reason, maybe he chose Louisiana Tech because his auntie lives in Louisiana. Who knows? That boy, that's crazy. 17 and a half sacks. I got to watch some more film.
I'm going to have to do some research on him.
Ooh.
I haven't seen much film on Ferguson. I got to sit back and study the film. I haven't really checked him out.
Whew, man, 17 and a half sacks.
You say he's a beast, though, huh?
Crazy. I'm telling you, man. James was right. He talked about him for months. And I wasn't paying him no mind because I said, nobody talks about this person named Jaylon Ferguson. Everybody's talking about Cleveland Farrell, talking about Bosa, and Allen.
Well, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do some film study on Quentin Williams.
I already know about him. He's a beast. I said last year.
I know everybody's
with Vita Vea, get somebody next to
going back for that position again. But I mean, I feel like he would be an automatic upgrade over even Solomon Thomas in that middle. I know Solomon Thomas, they're trying to really get him to play more of the defensive tackle position as well. But I think those are going to be like on the nickel plays. I don't think it's base down.
Yeah, Solomon is, and I think that's what 49ers are probably wondering too. Is Solomon going to develop or not? But Rod, we got to go. I was going to ask you about Gumbo, but listen, we'll talk about that Sunday. As I'm laughing about the Rams getting showed some Louisiana hospitality.
I hear you, man.
All right, Rod.
Well, either way we go. Yeah. Last thing I'm gonna say, either way it go, if we pick a lineman, keep in mind everything that they get as far as line is going to be just more depth for that rotation because, they're trying to build a rotation like the Seahawks did when they had 4 or 5 guys rotating at all times.
And all of them was killers.
And their defense was right.
And
right,
Rod, you mentioned that. I heard this new defensive line coach, that's the name of his game. He don't believe in nobody getting tired. Everybody takes a break because I want 100% effort. And actually, that's what they were supposed to be doing last year, but I don't know what happened. But, Rod, you get a holler out. See you Sunday.
All right, man.
God.
All right. Take it easy, Ronbo.
You too, fam. I talked to you on Twitter, too. Gumbo
right.
time. Civic Sport injected FP6. Let me get that 49 word call for the glory of God. Soon, fam. Sooner than people think. And you check out what Deion Sanders said. He's trying to tell Antonio Brown, man, I don't know why you go. 49ers is a long way from the Super Bowl. You want to go to a contender, man, go to Jacksonville. He started naming teams like Jacksonville and Dallas. I said, Dion, man. Dallas, you and I both know as long as Dak Prescott is the quarterback, Dallas is not going to the Super Bowl. And the Jaguars, who will quarterback for the Jaguars? Come on, D. You just go diss the 49ers like that? Let me see now. It says, Ogun you don't want me to pronounce his name, I can tell you. It's O, and it's Olev Vakapuri. He could be Russian, huh? You see, we need to get a new defensive coordinator. We need 2 DEs and 1 good cornerback. Also, either wide receiver in the second round or very good veteran wide receiver. Yeah. I agree with most of it. But like I've always said, ain't no point in getting a new DC without getting any talent. Because you'll come in and we're going to talk bad about him too. It's just a matter of get these people something to work with and then let's see what they can do. Ronbo's money. Rainbow! He's probably put the O in there. It sounds like he wrote it. Rainbow! So, fam, sad to hear Goodwin. Yeah. I don't really like to talk about it because it really bothers me, you know? I mean, there's poor Marquise, man, 2 years in a row. Last year he loses his baby stillborn, and this year he loses twins? Oh, man, I don't know how he even came back, period. That's why Kyle says, I'm not going to divulge what's going on, but I've told him to take as much time as he needs. I think he should have just, man, I don't know. You don't recover from stuff like that. And selfishly, we hope that he comes back next year and dominates. Because you know what I got plans on? Real quick, I want to just share this. Deshaun Jackson, right? I know, but he's 32, and I understand that Bruce Arians won't even talk to him. You know, when Jameis Winston came in, do you know Deshaun had 400-something yards while Fitzpatrick was out there, and Jameis came in, all of a sudden, you know, his production went down. What if you had Deshaun Jackson and Marquise Goodwin on the same field at the same time? Running crossing routes. Jimmy G sitting there laughing. Your turn next. Oh, Donovan is such a mess. I know he's 32, but he hasn't slowed down. 18.9 yards, led the NFL. Deshaun ain't tired. He ain't, when you're that fast, you know, even when you slow down, you're faster than everybody else. Hey, Donna Bell, this is A. She says, I'm hearing Arizona's going to get AB. You know, you know, and all Coach Tim says, what's up? Remember a few weeks ago, I told you about an unknown edge rusher named Jaylon Ferguson. And now we get to see him up close up. I know. You and James. Mark Espinosa says at 21 on the IR. I was short. I thought I counted 17, and I believe you too. It looks like every other person going to the IR. Richie Biondi says, I've been checking out some mock drafts, and I don't understand why people don't have Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is in the mix. But now, Ed's an interior lineman as a first-round pick. Ed Oliver is easy, the best defensive tackle in this draft. Don't let Ed get to the second round. You know, the 49ers will not pass up on Ed. The 49ers can look at some other priorities first, but they'll get Ed. Jeff Tant says giraffe picks might be coming out of the Senior Bowl because they have a close-up look at these girls. Jeff, what are you talking about? Jeff, you need to explain that. All right. Kevin Steffi says, Hello, Night fam. Happy Friday to you all. PB's old. Thanks, fam. Oh, man, I can't wait. And can you see Gruden on the other side of the field? Especially if Kyle shares any of his knowledge of how to run an offense. As Gruden standing over and saying, yeah, I remember that play. I taught him that. Because, Kyle, he came up under Gruden. Deshaun! Sup?
What up, Ronbo?
Deshaun, man. Football. I'm talking about draft. I'm talking about free agents. I'm talking about the Gumbo Bowl coming up this Sunday. Yes, all of that.
It reminds me of as the old days when the Rams and things used to go at it in high scoring affairs. That's what it's going to be that.
Deshaun, get close to the. I'm barely hearing you. You sound like you're in the distance. Come again. Connect like you did last week.
It makes it seem like old times when Saints and Rams used to go at it years ago with high scoring points and
no defense.
No defense whatsoever. So it's like, it's like the same old song. I'm laughing at both of them.
Hey, you make a good point because the Rams, they got lucky last week and they stopped the run. But I have a feeling that's more to do with the offensive line of the Cowboys that was kind of crippled, and Zeke got hurt early in that game. Everybody ain't gonna get hurt this week, as the Saints got two running backs that'll kill you, and one of them can come out the backfield. So, but the Saints did lose that one run blocking tackle. That dude, boy, he was important. I don't know who they're gonna replace him with, but if it's a 45-42 game, that's cool.
Yeah, just to make an excitement.
Yeah.
Jamal Bush, you're talking about Jamal Bushrod, right?
Is that his last name? All I know,
I think so,
is he went down early in the game, and but they still did a damn good defense. I mean, there wasn't no running. Of course, I don't know that the Eagles have a good running game, but they still shut them down. So, I'm looking forward to this, especially in Nolans.
Well, sometimes Saints they're usually tough at home. I knew for a fact that they was going to play some kind of defense.
Mm-hmm. Because Deshaun, I used to hate the 49ers playing in that dome, man. Every time we went in there, no matter how good they were or bad they were, it was going to be a fight for 4 quarters. Boy, even when Harbaugh was running in there, and Ahmad Brooks had to try to jerk Drew Brees' neck out of place, they still was in that contest. Damn.
Yeah, I know, man. It's an old division rival back in them days, and they both know each other, and that's like, back in Archie Manning, back in when Steve Bird back in the late 70s when it was a high scoring affair, and it was always tough.
Nobody could stop anybody.
Nobody can stop anybody. Now, in the early 90s, they had a good dominant defense. With that defense coordinator they had for Pittsburgh. I think they were the first team using that 3-4 defense with Pat Swilling, Sam Mills. You remember them guys?
Yeah. Which are you talking about? The Steelers?
So I'm talking about the Saints. Remember, the Saints had Pat Swilling.
Oh, Swilling.
Sam Mills.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Jackson, all them guys. Yeah, I think they were going to start the 3-4.
Yeah, because you know what's so funny? Because the Saints they've had patches during the NFL years of having a defense. Normally, like you say, they didn't. Every now and then they do. And when they do, it's usually a pretty good defense. But they've always managed to have offense. Yeah.
Exactly. Back then, the defense was good, but the offense wasn't that much. Except for they had Craig Hayward, Iron Hayward. And,
Ironhead,
Eric E. Smith. And, what's his name? Bobby Hebert.
Yeah,
but
Bear.
other than that, he did not score very much.
Yeah. Well,
Now
they got
with the
Drew Brees now, and there should be better. You know, they took that week off. They look a little out of sync against the Eagles. They should be back in sync now. I want them to just score at will on the Rams. And if they run on the Rams, like I'm pretty sure they will, because the Rams muscled up and everybody's giving the Rams credit. Oh, did you see the Rams? They stayed disciplined and Dominican Sue and Aaron Donald stayed on assignment instead of going all over the field and running solo projects and stopped the run. I said, boy, okay, let's see if they can do it twice. They're dealing with Sean Payton now. It's not like the Eagles trying to run the ball this week. So we'll see. Or should I say, who they beat last week? The Rams. Anyway, I don't see them winning again.
I don't see that. I don't see them winning either. The only thing I'm afraid of is now. I don't know if Marcus Peters is. I heard he's injured or something.
Who?
Marcus Peters. There's the left corner. I don't know if I think I heard that he got hurt or something.
Mark, let me tell you something, Deshaun, about Marcus Peters getting hurt. He's lying. He knows good and well that he said too much about Gumbo, and now he knows Sean Payton will come after him with everything he's got. He can't cover it. Boy, don't tell me this. Don't tell me he got hurt. Oh, I love it. He got hurt just in time.
Maybe the Gumbo is a little too much for him. He can't have the Gumbo down. Yeah, New Orleans, it's gonna be New Orleans and New England in the Super Bowl.
You think so?
I got something.
Hey,
I got New England and New Orleans in the Super Bowl.
You don't think the Chiefs could pull it off? Because Tom Brady's a little pissed off. That's kind of a scary thought. You could tell when he makes some interviews, he's trying to be cool, but you could tell he's not happy with everybody thinking that the Chiefs are going to beat him up. Tom said, "I'm Tom damn Brady. How you going to come and favor them against me?" You know, you can see it in his eyes, you know.
Well, bad defense usually plays good the first game, but the second game they don't usually show up. They go back to where they were before.
Ooh,
and that's it happened a couple of years back with KC.
I know what you're saying.
I got New England pretty. They might show up. They may not show up either, but I think Tom Brady might just pull it out by a hair.
Well, I tell you what, I can't wait till after the game, man. We're gonna talk after the game. It's gonna be fun. I just know it. So I'm gonna tell you what.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go. I'm gonna see you after the game. I can't wait. Well, I'm getting excited about this game now because I was thinking about what we was talking about as far as draft and everything. But this game is making me crazy. I'll see you after the game.
Yeah, I'll see you too. And don't forget, man, put a stake in damn Deion Sanders' ass.
You know, Dion,
Just
man.
down the underworld, man. Just down the underworld. Send him back in the day.
Tell you, man.
Came up in Atlanta.
Boy.
All right, Ronbo, I ain't going to go, dog.
All right, Joe. See you Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
man. Oh, and 408 SV. I really hate to hear about that. I'm really sorry for your loss, fam. That's got to be, man, that's something that, unless you've went through that, you can't imagine how painful that is, I would imagine. Doline says, I saw a story by Google that our old quarterback coach might try to take Mullins. I saw that story too. We better be looking at potential backups. Is Mullins a free agent? Or how does that work? I don't know. We didn't sign him to a rookie contract already? Because if the 49ers didn't do that already, that was foolish of them. And we deserve to lose him and have CJ for our backup. Oh, God. Saying that just, okay. Anyway, Ronnie Robbins says I would go after Earl Thomas, bring in Jalen Ramsey. You can't just bring in Jalen Ramsey. You gotta give up the farm. Jags can just give him up. And Deshaun Jackson. So hey, I like that. Draft Bosa and get Clowney. Clowney's not leaving Texas. I've already gotten over that. Houston is not about to let Clowney. They'll franchise him before they let him walk. Andre Smith, what's up? Samuel Hannibal. 49ers should make some moves to get back in the first round to get Greedy Williams from LSU. Wow. You know what's a good point about that, though, is if the 49ers do get whatever they want in the first round, and if they are working to get back in the first round, it'd be exciting. You know what Ian Rappaport keeps reporting? The 49ers are said to be trying to get back into the first round, but they can't find any trade partners out. But we'll keep you posted on that. Like last year, right? We didn't know what was going on. 49ers kept trying to, that was the year before last, should I say? Yeah. 49ers kept trying to get back in the first round. We didn't know what they was doing. All I knew was Solomon Thomas. What? Solomon Thomas. When we get in the first, I got Solomon Thomas. Yo. I didn't know they were trying to trade back the first round. I remember the jubilation. 49ers have traded with the Seattle Seahawks and select Reuben Foster. What? Ah! You know, and it's now, little did we know. Solomon, man, you got to come through this year, man. Come on, Solomon. God, I hope he does better this year. And Coach Tim says Mullins is no longer on the practice squad. He's under a 2-year contract, right? Inactive, not a free agent, and cannot be claimed. Yes. Good move. Good move, Niners. Hey, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will, man, just sitting here contemplating every damn thing, man. I'm looking at the advantages we have as far as our coaches in the Senior Bowl. I'm laughing at the Gumbo Bowl. Hey, Will, have you heard anything about Marcus Peters pulling up lame? Because if he's hurt, I know he is bullshit. Ain't nothing wrong with him but scared. Don't let me find out Marcus Peters is hurt. I can't wait till we get through. I'm going to go look that up. Marcus Peters better not be hurt. But, Will, what are you thinking?
Man, no, I haven't heard about him being hurt. But I know Tommy's going to put some numbers on him. He's going to act like he hurt so he can get out the game.
Is that, you know how you do, you run it down the field as you just got smoked, you grab your back of your leg like your hamstring just went out.
Yeah.
It makes it, I could have made the play, but my hamstring, y'all. And walk around a while on the sidelines trying to kick it out. Coach looks down. Hey, Marcus, you ready to get back in the game? Coach, you know what? I don't know. But Coach, I may need to go to the locker room for a little treatment. Oh, God, I can't wait till this game. Marcus go get his loud-talking butt kicked. But, Will, what do you think of it tonight?
Oh, man, I'm glad Kyle and John going to be at the Senior Bowl, be coaching the Senior Bowl, man. So they can get a first-hand look at the guys, you know what I'm saying, to see, just get in-depth look of who they think can be potential 49ers, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to tune into that game. I want to check that guy out of Mississippi State, Sweat. I want to see him.
Yeah.
So I hope he has a good game. Cause I seen his highlight tape, man. That dude a beast, man. I like Montez Sweat though. Yeah.
Montez. And have you seen any footage on Jaylon? I've been lagging on looking at my players. What does Jaylon look like?
Oh, I haven't looked at any film on Jaylon.
Yeah. See, that's.
I haven't. Yeah.
17 and a half. The hell is he doing? How does he do that? 17 and about 26 drops behind the line of scrimmage for a loss? What? Damn. This dude's a machine, but he doesn't get a lot of fanfare or a lot of noise. You know, people know about it, but nobody's shouting and jumping up and down about him. It's all about Josh Allen and Nick Bosa.
I might have to check it. Yeah, I might have to check him out.
17 and a half snaps. Anyway, but as you say though, we get an up close look at a lot of players, man. And there's some sleepers in there, There's some people in there that people don't know anything about. 49ers get first-hand look at them, get to ask them all kind of questions. You like to date women, crazy women, or what's your choice? And Coach, why you asking me that? No, we've had some bad experiences in the past with guys who have poor judgment when it comes to the ladies. I'm just wondering, I would do it, Will. He can tell the commission, he can tell anybody he wants to. Hey, Coach Ronbo, man, let me ask you about my love life, man. What's up with that? I said, look, you know what? What I went through last year, you would understand. If the commission wants to ask me some questions, I'll answer too. I had Reuben Foster. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So, I'd get in trouble.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. I like the hires that they made so far with a Joe Woods and a Croquet. I like Croquet's style of play on defense, rotating defensive linemen. That's why it's important that the 49ers need to get some good D linemen out the draft and the free agency, so we can do the rotating. So when whatever guy comes in during rotation, all of them can make plays.
Fresh.
So I believe that's the mindset that they got. I also been hearing about Croquet, whatever his name is, he said he may try to see if he can bring Arthur over to the 49ers.
I know, I heard about that.
Zig Arthur. I don't know if the front office is gonna let that happen, but that's what I heard. So,
well, if you can get Ziggy, it's just roll the dice, because if he stays healthy, you got a serious weapon. But have somebody standing by. Get a good, solid kid out of the draft. Have another player. Don't depend on Ziggy to last all year long. So it's like, I like Marcel Harris because Kowalski, I don't know if Marcel's going to beat Kowalski out or not, but I like knowing if something happens to either one of them, I got backup. You know what I mean? So that's the 49ers got to work on their depth. And that's probably what they're thinking this year. Because it seems like we can't stay out the IR, and it may have something to do with Levi Stadium, so they have to get some players.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and I like that Joe Woods pickup too, because I remember when his first year with the Broncos, I believe they had the number one. I think they were ranked number one in passing defense. I think.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a big improvement from Jeff Hafley. Like, I'm still excited that he's gone. So,
I agree.
I mean,
Jeff wasn't teaching nobody nothing.
Yeah, so they stated that he's going to be the DB coach and the defensive passing game coordinator. Yeah, so I mean, they doing a great job, man. So, but yeah, man. Let me get an installment right quick before I get off.
Okay, real quick. And now it's Friday night, a special edition of Let Me Holler at You. Go ahead.
Hey, Dion, your ass better remember, man, your ass was prime time when you came to the 49ers. We made you prime time. You didn't come prime time when you was in Atlanta. You came prime time when you came to San Fran. So don't forget where you came from.
Thank you.
Don't be trying to talk about AB. AB a grown man. That man can go to any team you want to go. You just stick to your growing hair product commercials and all that other stuff. You stick to that.
I wish he'd stop with that, too. It looks like something's wrong up on top of his head. Anyway. Oh, God. All right, well, good call, man. I'm telling you right now, Dion, man. Hey, B, why you going to the 49ers?
Well,
they ain't going over. They ain't ready for years. Ain't even close to being ready. Damn, D.
Right, yeah. But Dion was always a 49er hater. I mean, he was, to be honest with you, he was a hater when Harbaugh was coaching the 49ers. He still thought the 49ers won now. He just, I don't know what kind of grudge you got against the 49ers. But
I know. When he left, there's probably some words said to him. But also, you notice that Jerry said good things about him. Dion just had to come in there like they always had that little rivalry. We'll get into that later.
Right, yeah.
We got to go, Will. Well, I'm going to see you Sunday, man, after the Gumbo Bowl.
All right, man. Look,
all right,
I want to give in a score right quick before I get off and put in a score.
Okay.
I say New Orleans going to win 45-30.
That sounds so right, too. That's the kind of game it's going to be. Boy, ain't nobody going to be able to play no defense, but the Rams is going to get beat up worse because the worst defense is probably them. So, between the two teams.
Yeah, man, that dome so dominant, man.
All that noise.
That dome, somebody that dome get the New Orleans defense so hyped up, man. So,
and Drew goes nuts. Yeah. So, All right, fam. Yeah. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, man. See you later.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, we probably should have just called this thing. What do you think is going to happen this week? But I was trying to make sure we stay 49er oriented. Stone Cold 49er, Niner Takeover. Sup, fam? Bayon Brown, sup? Thug 8200, Frank Clark, Trey Flowers, Dante Fowler. Listen, Frank. Trey Flowers and Dante Fowler, I believe they're really in it. I believe they're really into this mix. Depends on what the Rams want to pay him or not. But yeah, I heard Dante Fowler, and they like Dante. Who was that? I think one of our coaches talked about it. Frank Clark, forget about it. I heard, the coach, man, Pete Carroll is campaigning big time to make sure Frank Clark stays in Seattle. Donald Johnson, what's up, fam? Roger Villaneiras is what's up. Don't make me start doing that El Ranchero. I'm saving it for Sunday. Hey, and Doline says Coughlin was trying to trade Ramsey this past year. Fake something fan. And because Jaylon, I just think he got on somebody's nerves, but they probably settled back down to the sense and says, okay, listen, he talks too much, but he's one of the best in the league. We need to tolerate that talk. Just look past him. At least somebody's got to remain adult, all right? Let him play, let him talk, ignore him. I'm figuring that's probably the route they probably took. Daniel Goheen, he said, I'm from that old school where when you're a true football fan from back in the day, if it's your division, a true fan of the past, love to see that team lose in the division. Daniel, me and you both, man. I am never going to be able to appreciate the Rams. I swear to God, I tell you, and the Hawks, since they joined the division, and the Cardinals, I don't really, what's so funny about the Cardinals? It's hard to hate the Cardinals, though. They got a bunch of nice guys. Look at the tight end, Larry Fitzgerald. But I don't want to see them win, though. Samuel Honable, the 49ers can find a diamond in the rough in training camp for linebackers, offensive line, maybe a cornerback. This is the advantage of being at that game, Hey, James, come on in, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, I'm just sitting here contemplating the advantages we have now. And the guy you've been trying to tell me about, Jaylon Ferguson, I didn't realize he had all them sacks. And also, we're having gumbo and crackers tonight.
Yeah, what an interesting treat, huh? Piece of sausage with an ear of corn in it and some potatoes and beans and shrimp and all that,
Marcus.
It is what it is, but I can tell you one thing. I say this much. I think when Michael Thomas beats him like on that second touchdown, he's going to start jumping up like he got a hammy or something done gone wrong. He got to go in the tent, throw his helmet down. His old true antics. I know one thing. Yeah. Sean Payton really worked his nerve. You see him like, yeah, man. Sean think I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Don't worry, bro. We gonna be eating a bowl of gumbo, man. Yeah,
and James, don't forget to say, you feel me? You feel me?
I know one thing.
He was mad as hell.
He looked like he needed to wear a better face mask. It looked like somebody done ran into him and his nose looked like it's swollen and broke all the time. Man. I don't know whether that's just his way. I don't know, but I know one thing. He knows how. Don't get it wrong. I mean, Sean Payton can dial up some offensive plays that will take your defense completely out of character.
Yep.
And he'll
especially
show you one
thing.
Head. Yeah. And nothing for nothing. Let's not forget, Ted Ginn Jr. is back in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot leave both of those players without double teaming. Michael Thomas and Ted Ginn Jr. Don't sleep on Ted Ginn Jr. I mean, he up there in his upper 40s, late 50s. But,
James, he ain't that old yet.
Well, he's been playing back since when Ray Caruth had that incident, I believe. That was many moons ago, man.
Yeah,
but
he's getting up there.
Yeah, he's getting up there, but he still
fast.
Will acquire a double team when he's on the field.
Yep,
he'll do it all the time. And I can say this much, man. I'm gonna tell you, the Cardinals, when I look at them and them hiring this guy Kingsley, Kingerly's, or I hope I got his name right. Kingsbury.
Well, anyway, we know who you're talking about. The new coach of the Cardinals.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing. He's a big fan of that kid, Kyler Murray's. Man.
I know.
And it's kind of funny that they brought him in because you don't know. They may feel like, hey, this kid's a Heisman Trophy winner. Look what happened with the Ravens starting Lamar Jackson. This kid, Kyler Murray, could do the same thing that Jackson could do. And what makes him separate so much from Lamar Jackson is that he's deadly accurate with a deep ball now. Yes, he is. And
Murray can pass. He's got a passing game. He's like Russell Wilson on crack.
About. There's a possibility that Josh Rosen might be cleaning out his locker, man. And I'm going to say this much. We're probably not hopefully going to be picking in the top 5 for many years to come. And hopefully we won't even be picking in the top 25 for many years to come. But I think right now that first pick in the draft, they got to get Josh Allen now. They got to do it. I love Jaylon Ferguson. Big shout out to my boy Hakeem. He's probably listening to the show right now. He's the one who told me about Jaylon Ferguson. And the more I've watched the tape, this kid is a destroyer. He's a destroyer when it comes to an offense, okay? Because a quarterback cannot take his eyes off of that player. Now, don't get me wrong. Josh Allen is the same way. Josh Allen, to me, reminds me of a young Aldon Smith. But I'm hoping and praying without the baggage that came with Smith.
Well, he's got a child. This is not an irresponsible individual. You're right. I like the fact that he is looking like he cares.
Yeah, and the thing about it, I mean, so many people are probably, we should, go after another D tackle. Yeah, we can get D tackles somewhere else in the draft, but I don't think you pass on a linebacker like that when one of the focal points of our defense is edge rusher. Because if we've got an edge rusher that can constantly put pressure on a quarterback, having to check and shift his protections because this guy is over there chomping at the bit to get to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now he's going to lose focus of everybody else, the other 10 players, especially them other 6 that are right there on that front, to make up that front 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be able to get after him. They're going to be able to stop the run with him. You understand? And the thing about it is so many other good players. I mean, we really need to hit it on this one. I really do believe that. I'm really believing in free agency. I don't think we have a snowball's chance at going after Clowney because I don't think Houston's going to let him out the building.
Nah, we need to get over that.
I think we have a better chance, believe it or not, at Tyrann Mathieu. I'm looking at, Earl Thomas is a great player. I'm not taking that away from him. If he was 26 years old and had 2 legs, broke the same leg in 2 separate seasons, I would say it's still worth taking a chance on. But turning 31 years old, and in the last 4 seasons of football, you only played 2 because you've been out injured. You haven't played a complete 2 seasons in the last 4 seasons. Because this is when this injury started. And he broke the same leg again. After the screws and all the things the doctors did to get the leg back stronger. Do you really want to play it like that? Back there in your secondary? That may give us 10 good games and we're showing out and dominating against teams. And then this guy's out hurt for the last 6 games or possibly the 8 games to get us to the Super Bowl. We don't have it.
But James, we're going to work on that this year, though, with depth, though.
Yeah.
But James, we got to stop. Yeah. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, James. I'll be looking for you after the game Sunday.
All right, Ronbo, not a problem. Thank you for having me. One thing I want to say, man, I'm really hope that we shut up Deion Sanders this year.
Everybody heard him, right?
Okay. Because, see, he has a phenomenal hate for the 49ers because Eddie DeBartolo offered him a certain amount of money, and that was it. And he didn't like it. He wanted more to stay there, but Jerry Jones paid him more. But at the end of the day, you know, he needs to try to go to that Rogaine Men's Club because he got the money to pay for it. And let him start giving him something to help him because he done lost. Ain't no hairline up there no more, bro.
I mean, and what that stuff he's got up there now, it reminds me of peat moss, you know? Like,
it's like them. It's like them implants, like them acupuncture needles done drop the hair, a little grain of hair here, a grain of hair there, and it just, you know, it looked like you're growing a wet afro. But thank you for having me, Ronbo. Love what you do, bro. Nana Empire, Nana for life, and I'm picking the Saints to win it all, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Be looking for you at the Gumbo Bowl, after the Gumbo Bowl, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. And we move on now to see what's going on with Tyler. Tyler! Ooh, Tyler, you're
the
just
Bo Show.
Say, Tyler, I'm dying to ask you, being that you're living in sort of like the Midwest, Tyler, have you ever had a bowl of gumbo?
I don't even know what that is, man.
You know what, Tyler? And you know, you told me how a while back you were gonna go to Texas to find a girlfriend, and then you wanted to go to California. Well, Tyler, if you're moving back to Texas for a girlfriend, you should probably find out what gumbo is. Hush puppies, red beans and rice, good stuff like ham hocks. Tyler, you got to know about Southern food, man. Tyler? Tyler!
Ronbo, I'm back, man. I lost you.
You okay? I was just messing with you because you remember you told me how you were gonna go to Texas to find a girlfriend. That was last year.
I'm going to Cali now.
And then you're going to California. So I said, if you do still want to go back and get a nice Texas girl, you might want to know about Southern cooking, and gumbo's part of the cuisine.
Nah, she be doing that cooking. It's not me.
You gotta learn to eat it though. And some gumbo is too spicy, like the Sean Payton brand of gumbo that he's about to put Marcus Peters in.
I like Sean Payton, man. He's funny. Remember a few years ago they were talking about interviewing him or something? Niners were.
Oh yeah, for coach. We all wanted him. I remember that. Yes. Before Jimmy T. Before we got Jimmy T, we were talking about Sean Payton, but Sean wasn't interested in leaving Louisiana. He loves that place.
Yeah, originally he didn't want the Saints job. That's what he said.
Well, because they were messing with his money. They were, actually, you got to talk like that. Like, listen, I don't care about you people. I'll go anywhere. And then the Saints begged him to come. That's the way you do it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. My uncle asked me this question. He said, if you think Shanahan's so great, he's like, what if Jim Harbaugh came out and said, I want to come back to the 49ers? And I paused. I had nothing to say. I did not know what to say.
I do. I don't know that. Harbs was a wonderful, incredible coach. I'm not sure if the climate or atmosphere is right. If Harbs was to come back, he's got to keep Kyle for his OC, though. That I would put up with. Yeah. Ooh. I wanted that years ago.
Yeah.
Jed wanted that years ago. He was trying to get Shanahan for his OC. Instead, we had Franks. God, man.
But yeah, I did not know what to say. I was like, Harbaugh, he's fantastic. So I did not know how to answer that. But we got what we got.
Yeah.
We got to deal with it.
Yep.
I love Shanahan. He's a good coach.
Yep.
I'm not upset with him.
Yeah. The wins are coming. The wins are coming. We just need to hold on. The wins are coming.
See, we gotta put more players out there so that we can be successful without some guys. The thing is, I said we gotta keep saying this. Jimmy G is the key. All right.
I like the way that runs.
You can't drive the car without the keys to the engine.
There you go.
All right. Exactly. Unless you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you got Nick Foles. But
we got Nick Mullins.
Yeah. Right.
You know what,
He's
though?
no Jimmy G.
If Nick had all the weapons healthy, I wonder how well he could have done. Because
Ronbo,
he did
I'm
okay.
hearing like this really bad, like I'm hearing a really loud sound, so I'm gonna call back.
No, I wasn't serious about Nick Mullins. I was just kidding. All right, go ahead, call back then. I thought he's getting on me for making a comparison between Jimmy G and Nick Mullins. I wasn't. I was just saying, I wonder what Nick would look like if he's got Jerick McKinnon. Because he looked good when he had Garcon. Remember him and Garcon against the Raiders? It was ridiculous.
All right, I'm back.
Right.
My phone had like this. I heard this like really, really loud sound. It was like a beeping sound. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I just heard
I'm
it.
back.
I heard a beep there too.
Yeah. So I'm back. All right.
Go ahead.
Like you said, the wins are coming. All right, we got it.
Yeah.
Jimmy G's got to stay on the field, and I don't know what McKinnon's going to be, but obviously he's a key piece of the offense because passing game. So whatever Kyle saw in him, I trust him.
Yep, and you should.
Because I'll tell you one thing, there's this mode in Madden called Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
I picked up Jimmy G. I got McKinnon on there too, my running back, and then I got Jerry Rice at wide receiver.
Jerry Rice.
It's Ultimate Team. So
yeah,
anyway,
that's right. You can have any player. Yeah. Oh, wow.
But anyways, I got Jimmy G
look?
and Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Jimmy G and McKinnon chemistry is balling out. So I'm assuming. We also got Kittle at tight end. So I'm assuming this is going to be something, man.
Man, that's a good team. Because, people are calling McKinnon a bust, like, a lot of people like to do. It's a bust. How's he a bust? You haven't even seen him play yet. And so I would say, when you look at McKinnon's other body of work before he even came to San Francisco, he's not a bust. And with him and Jimmy
what
G
gets
together,
on my nerves, man? People talking about Jimmy G being 1-2 this season. I'm like, he's 1-1 ? The record says 1-2, but you don't know what would have happened in that Kansas City game. We're down 2 scores with 5 minutes left, but we're in the red zone, right? Say we score there. We're down 7. The Chiefs' offense hadn't done jack in the second half. We stop them, get the ball back. We can go in for the tying score. And also, because we were down by 25 points at halftime, right?
Right.
I remember Jimmy G watching I remember watching Jimmy G watch somebody, a certain someone come back from 25 points in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, pretty sure we could have completed that. I really wish we'd been able to see the end of that. And they're probably, for whatever reason, we were prevented from being able to see it. So it makes me believe that would have happened.
And think about this too, Tyler. If Jimmy was coming around and scoring points like that, and granted the Chiefs' defense is not that good, I have a feeling within the next 2 to 3 games, Jimmy G would have been getting back to Jimmy G style speed too, because he was starting to get the offense. Because he came on a little slow, he had to try to figure it out. But you know what? I think he was getting ready to get ready. So by the game 6 or 7, 49ers were up and rolling. We still need a McKinnon.
Yeah, and also, absolutely, because think about this. Next season, he's gonna know everything better. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he has to play through that or he'll obviously have a better head knowledge of the system.
Right.
I don't know if he necessarily has to play through it, but he practices through it, and he's not gonna be like Carson Wentz, where he comes into the season still not 100%. You have to miss a game. No, he's gonna be ready to roll week 1, and also he'll have plenty of time he'll be throwing by OTAs. Wentz was not ready to throw by OTAs. Yeah. Jimmy's way ahead of schedule. I'm glad if this had to happen, it happened early in the season. And plus, that was preventable, all right? People kept saying he's injury prone. Both the injuries he had were because of himself.
Absolutely.
Now, I mean, they're preventable, meaning he just got to take care of himself.
And
he did that
like
to himself.
Step out of bounds. Tyler, we got to stop here, though.
Okay.
And I'll be looking for you after the Gumbo Bowl, too.
Yeah. I just want to say, I'm glad Jimmy G's hanging out with Nelly and guys, because you can't be hanging out with people like Kiara, man. You gotta get yourself a nice young woman.
I'm concerned with your dislike for Kiara. She's a nice girl. What are you talking about?
No, she's not. He needs to get himself a nice, fine, young, blonde woman.
She needs to be blonde.
Out in Cali.
I think he likes. You know what? I think he likes brunettes though. The only thing we've seen him with is brunettes. So
No.
But anyway.
We saw him with what's her name? We saw him with Alex King, and then we saw him with. Remember that one time he was
on the street
with that blonde girl.
But he didn't seem like he was so interested. He was just being nice. So
just keep partying with Nelly, man.
Yeah. All right. Tyler, I'll see you Sunday. Okay. You get any time?
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Remember when him and Kyle and Kittle were hanging out with 50 Cent?
Yeah, I know. That was they
E40.
They do like to party. All right, Kyle, we gotta go.
All right, man. I'll see you.
All right, bro.
All right. Pipe bomb.
And we go. It's a Jim Thornhill. What's up, man? And Amit K. Patel says, did you look at the Grant Cohn video and say that, honestly, I like Grant. I follow him and everything, but Grant can be very, Grant can say things, I don't want to, and some of the things he might be talking about might be true. I don't want to go there with him, with that. I've gotten to the point now, I know Grant's going to say something bad about somebody, and I say, Grant, that's uncalled for. So I get Grant on occasion. So I didn't see this article. Oh, hey, Lee. Lee. Oh, you always gotta love Lee's selection of music. He's more hip hop than Kyle is. In fact, Lil Wayne, Kyle, and Lee, come on in, man, because we're gonna run out of time. We gotta hurry up tonight.
What up, Ronbo? How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. It's so funny because I forgot to mention Deion Sanders. Everybody's talking about Deion and his little unnecessary dig at Antonio Brown. Telling Antonio about, man, the 49ers are so far away from the Super Bowl, man. If you want to go to a team that's already locked and loaded, ready to go, you need to go to Dallas, Jacksonville. I'm reading, what? Dallas? Dion, you know who the coach is, right? And Dak is not a Super Bowl-bound quarterback. And Jacksonville is Lee. In fact, I would give Jacksonville next year is probably a last year before they go into a complete rebuild. Because McLaughlin is bringing that old school football, and that's not going to work. They got a problem there. They need a quarterback that's going to be able to do better than Bortles. So they got a problem. So
they really fell off. They had a real good year in 2017.
Yeah,
their defense was
hardcore defense.
Stout. Yeah, exactly. But I didn't think he was that good from the beginning of Blake Bortles, and now they're obviously looking for their quarterback now because they fell way off Ronbo,
offense is dead meat, and you got Fournette pissed them off. I think they're gonna get rid of him in a few weeks too. Fournette was sitting back there laughing and having a good time and cutting up while they were getting their butt beat, and that just really pissed off the management. So they're looking for a place to move him to now. That's really funny.
They also stole probably our biggest target that we wanted in free agency. Remember they got Norwell? That didn't seem to help Bortles either, Ronbo.
Right.
I
forgot. He
Norwell
went
was
there.
the guy that probably, he was probably the guy that most of our fans wanted because it was a big need for us. Obviously edge rusher, but that guard spot. And that's the thing I hope they address in this draft, that interior line. And I've said it a lot this year. But I had a look at the gradings and that, and Richburg ranked 32nd.
Oh, he was terrible.
Centers, Ronbo.
Yeah. You know what though? We don't know the severity of that knee injury though. I really wonder. He didn't start the season off that bad, but he quickly did.
I read a report from the Giants though, and when a team's looking to move on from someone, that doesn't show that they think they're highly of them. And I read a report. Hopefully he's a bit next year, and hopefully he's injury free. But because he's key to our team, that center spot is so crucial on that line. But I heard a report that they said that he lost his position to a backup Ronbo to Brett Jones, I think it was. And the Giants said the reason they let him go was when he had those injuries, he had a real good season, I think 2015. He was second ranked center in the league.
Right.
And then so probably Kyle and that are probably hoping he can regain that form. But they said that they moved on from him because they said after his injuries and concussions, they didn't think he was going to regain that form that he showed.
Yeah, and they sat him out.
That's why they didn't re-sign him.
2017. Yeah. Oh, man.
So just hopefully he can regain that form. next year.
So.
But right. I think what's crucial for his success too is getting him guards that are better in pass protection, because if we get him some guys on either side that are more solid, like you've been talking about Garnett, that's only going to help his game, because he relies a lot on those guys on either side of him, right?
Yeah, he can't be doing. Because I tell you, man, I hope I'm right on this, and I hope the Garnett does get another shot next year, because I noticed a big difference in Garnett. He's like taking it personally that he's not allowed to play, I think. So give him another shot.
Yeah, well, he's looking better than Lakin and them. So I think it'd be good to see him next year get more of a chance, and hopefully he can just stay injury free, because that's what's really kept them holding him back, right?
2 years in a row.
Yeah. Also, just talking about Ferguson, Ronbo. I brought him up a couple of times. I said I really like him, and he's like the only other edge I said apart from Bosa, pure edge rusher that really stood out to me so far that I've seen. And it just depends, I think, on his combine, because he could go anywhere from the second round to around the mid-first, they're saying. So, yeah, I hope he doesn't go too high up, because we could always trade back with that pick if we miss Bosa and pick him up later, that extra pick.
Yep.
Just depends, I think, on that combine.
Because what else is plentiful in this draft? There's a lot of pass rushers in this draft this year, but what else? Because quarterbacks, there's maybe 2.
A lot of people say there's a lot of rushers, Ronbo, but I reckon there's actually more interior defensive linemen. It's defensive tackles where this draft is really stacked.
Okay, so let's just say defensive linemen then. There's an abundance of defensive linemen this time, but there's not a lot of cornerbacks. There's not a lot of wide receivers. I mean, I'm looking down the list and I'm saying some of these guys are really not good. So I'm thinking, I guess it's about the defensive line this year. Offensive line is not that powerful. It's 2 or 3 guys maybe. But, yeah, this is a year for defensive people, linemen.
Yeah, because I know Big Show, he's really high on offense every year, Ronbo? But I was talking to some of the guys in the chat, and I was saying, I think it's crucial that we go defense, because this class is really, if you look at the offensive side of offensive positions, it's quite weak, like from quarterback, wide receiver. There's no Saquon Barkley's in this draft.
Right.
It's not stacked on the offensive side, so you've got to go defense, And someone said to me, we didn't get, look at our turnovers this year, Ronbo. Wasn't it the worst ever?
Who?
On the defensive side of the ball. We weren't able to get turnovers, intercepts,
Oh, yeah. How many interceptions? We got
so
2
we got to go
interceptions.
defense.
That's the worst. That's a record for the 49ers. 2 INTs. Oh, my God.
But if we can get that pass rush going, that's only going to help that, It's going to help the rest of our defense.
That's right.
So
that's how you
it's
force
crucial
those
we go
turnovers.
defense, I think. Who do you want at the moment?
Yeah, I'm starting to lean toward Allen, because after watching that, every time you watch film, it's the last film I watched. I was watching Allen. Also, that big kid, he's an interior lineman. I posted him up on the app the other day. Dude, this big moose kid.
What school is he?
What?
What school?
I think it's It's Burgundy. How many schools were at Burgundy? I don't think it was Ole Miss.
Not that Mississippi State, is it?
I think it is Mississippi State. Is this kid about 336, 6'1"?
There's a defensive tackle, and there's Montez Sweat. I think it's a defensive tackle. Is it Jeffrey Simmons or something? Not that guy?
Not Simmons.
Not Quinton.
Oh, I haven't got all my picks up here, I guess. Oh, man. He's an interior lineman. You know what really scares me? Rumor is Rashawn Gary is on the 49ers' mind.
I hate him, Ronbo.
I do not like him either, man.
Neither. I think he's the most overrated player in the draft. Like, we're not even kidding you.
I mean, man, you guys got to be kidding. Rashawn is too big, man, and he's slow. He's got no. Oh, there he is. Wait, who is this guy? I'm thinking Daylon Mack. I says Mack.
I've never even heard of him.
Mack
Daylon
Truck.
Mack.
The 49ers are going to call him in. The 49ers are going to call this guy in. He's one of the guys. The reason I checked him out is because the 49ers are calling him in for a visit.
Yeah.
He'd be great for. He can be had in round 5 through 7. He's 6'1", 335. I seen the dude run and catch a running back from behind. Listen, Lee, no matter how fast that running back is running, a man that big is not supposed to run out of nowhere and tackle you. That's unheard of. The guy's a freak. 335 pounds, you went and ran and got a running back from behind? And even Carlos Hyde has never had that happen to him. And you know how we feel about Carlos Hyde as a running back?
Yeah, I think that's Chris Scholes' favorite running back, Ronbo.
I got to stop talking about Carlos. Lee, I just get tired of Carlos. He used to get pulled down from behind all the time. I said, why can't, after Carlos breaks in the flat, why can't he escape? God.
He's not that elusive speedback that Kyle likes, He doesn't really fit our scheme. Oh, that's something I wanted to ask you. A lot of people haven't been talking about running back, but there's a few good running backs in this draft, and we could get one later. It's just because, we had so many injuries this year with running backs. We had so many go down, and even Brady, he was looking good, and then he went down. And we don't know how McKinnon's going to be. Yep. But there's some good running backs that suit our scheme too. There's Miles Gaskin, Bryce Love.
Okay, well, Bryce Love again. Well, there you go. We're talking about strongest people to pick from. Their running backs aren't bad. All right, Lee, we got to go though. And I tell you what, I'll look for you after the Gumbo Bowl, which I can't wait. I can't wait till Sunday. God, I look so forward to this Sunday. So exciting.
Thanks, Ronbo. Shout out to the Empire. And just before I go, if you get a chance, look out this fella. He's a safety out of Delaware named Nasser Adderley, Ronbo. They're calling him the next Earl Thomas.
Whoa. All right. But you know what? If you know that, a lot of GMs know it too. And they're going to, if he's there, the 49ers can pick him up in the second or third round, but I doubt they can pick him up in the third round if he's that good. So, all right. All right, Lee. See you Sunday.
Later, Ronbo. Thanks.
Hey, thank you, Lee. Yeah, well, I tell you. And Dr. Vega says people need to understand when that new coach from the Cardinals had that interview about Kyle Murray years ago. Cardinals are not picking quarterback at number one. That's setting your franchise back. You know what, though, Dr. Vega? I just thinking on that line because if you did nothing the year before, I mean, come on, how many games they win? 2, 3, or something like that? Anyway, you can't set the franchise back with a new quarterback. And especially when he's a rookie quarterback, every coach wants his guy. And maybe he doesn't think that Josh Rosen's all that. And at this point, after 1 year of complete fail, you can actually afford to let Rosen go to the highest bidder. It's not going to set the program back because the program hadn't even gotten underway. So you know what? Be careful about that. It could happen. It's a reality. Alonzo Westbrook says Kevin White, inside linebacker, number 40, is an absolute beast. Tune up with Warner, the middle would be sewed up. Yeah, I thought it was Devin White. Is Kevin White? It's Kevin White. Okay. I know you're talking about the LSU. Boy, I watched this tape unreasonably fast. Amit K. Patel says Grant Cohn and Kieran says Kyle Shanahan needs to hire an offensive coordinator and concentrate on the team instead of calling plays. Call Jim Harbaugh and how he prepared the team to win on the road. Okay, Grant needs to understand McVay runs an entire team and he calls the offense. So I'm not this thing about concentrating on the whole team. If you put responsible people in every position running each department, you don't need to oversee everybody. Kyle Shanahan's you would be taken away from the 49ers with one of the best play callers, X's and O's men in the game. And I'm going to tell him, no, you stop doing that. We get you another OC in here that's not going to be as good as you, and you just watch everybody. No. Jim Thorokill says, Robert Gibby, he says, Grant Cole was talking about Shanahan and the red zone efficiency when Harbaugh had the same issue. I know, right? The best coach we've had in the red zone, honestly, since Harbaugh, Chip Kelly. Strange. And whenever the 49ers got in the red zone, Chip would deliver. Tim Thorogood says Bortles was number 3 like Solomon. T, I think we are happier with him than we are with Bortles. But Jim, that's not a lot of happiness, though. I mean, Bortles, the only difference is Bortles has completely pissed off the entire city of Jacksonville, and Solomon is just, Solomon. I really hope he comes around this year. Yeah, J-Rock.
What's up, Ronbo?
J-Rock, man. I'm just sitting back here and contemplating the fact that we got eyes all over all these players that could be big hits. I mean, that's just exciting stuff, man. I just don't. There's going to be players that other people don't know about, the 49ers do know about. Oh, that's exciting.
Man, we got so. It's been a while, Ronbo. My bad. Let me apologize first off.
All right, J-Rock, you don't have to apologize, man. It's cool.
Man,
we knew you'd be back.
I've been saying that for Josh Allen over Bosa for a while now. First off, he played 4 years, all 4 years in college.
Yeah, more training, more pointers, more learning.
Yeah.
Good point.
And not to mention 17 sacks. Come on now. Come on now. Did that really happen? Yeah, it did. But on another thing, man, we need to get AB. Imagine AB on one side, Marquise on the other. We got Kittle in the middle. And then we got Rick James. And
then maybe pick up Terrell Williams. Pick up Terrell Williams or Dante. What's that kid out of Indianapolis? Dante. Anyway, there's a complete freaks with height that can run 4.4 40s.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You get one of those guys, that's all you need, one of them, because they're both free agents, and you put them out there with George Kittle and everybody else you just mentioned. Oh, my Lord. And Kyle Shanahan calling the play. Oh.
And then you got McKinnon and Breida and my man Mustard.
Oh,
my God. Oh, my God. And that's not even counting use check.
Oh
my! We don't need nothing on offense. We need to stay healthy on offense. That's all we need.
And that's all we've needed for the last 2 years.
I'm telling you, next year, and I've been hating on Armstead. I've been hating on him all year. But with these new coaches, and we get Allen next to Buckner, and then I say trade the rest of our draft picks for Greedy Williams.
The rest of them, not just one or two.
I don't care.
If we have 4 draft picks, J-Rock says give them all up. Get greedy.
Yeah, get them all that. Let's get greedy, and then just sign like everybody's talking about Earl Thomas and his broke leg and this and that. I say sign them for the right price and let them rookies watch and learn for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good point. I had the same feeling I got about Deshaun Jackson. Even if Deshaun is still moving at incredible speed. But here's another one I want to throw out there. You throw him and Goodwin on the field at the same time. Show me a defense in the world that can deal with that. I would love it.
Oh, man. Fargo on Denver couldn't plan for Shanahan on that.
Belichick would be crying. Somebody's finally figured out a way to bolster my plans.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Belichick and Brady, one of those two going to retire in a little bit. They tired of each other.
But we don't hear about, what's TB12? I've not heard one word about his organization this year. And I don't know if he's still running it or what's going on with TB12, because that was the root of a lot of problems last year. So.
I don't know. But I'll tell you what, we stay healthy. We ain't going to be nothing to mess with.
Oh, I agree. I don't know. Anybody that doesn't think that has got to be kidding. Especially with George Kittle.
We got rid of them. Kittle. We got too many stars that no one knows about on offense that need double team. And that's why I want AB. Man, oh, my God.
Oh. See, and George does too. Kittle says, let them double team me all day. But the thing is, if you double team Kittle, now AB's going to tear you apart. And if they're going to keep Goodwin, I'd put those 3 on the field constantly. And then Dante Pettis, the way Jimmy G gets rid of the ball, everybody becomes dangerous now.
The only problem I see is Jimmy G getting confused on which one he wants to throw to because everybody open.
But he won't. He's sharp. Wherever the weakest link is on defense, that's where it's going to go. See, if we was playing the Rams, whoever Marcus Peters is covering, you go to that man.
Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. Man, boy, the Rams spent a lot of wasted money. I'll tell you that. The only money they spent good was on Donald.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, you better stop talking all that smack and go work out, because John Payton ain't impressed. He's probably going to come to you first.
No, them Saints is the real deal. They going to win it all. They the real deal. Until next season, then we the real deal.
Yeah, seriously, because we got a young team that has had 2 years installing this program in. 49ers, it's all about can we stay out the IR, and now let's see what happens.
Yeah. And that's why we got rid of them fools that were strength and conditioning, because obviously they was the problem.
It wasn't no strength, and there was no strength or conditioning on the 49ers club. Every time they went out there, they was hurt.
Yeah.
If they wasn't in the blue tent, they was in the locker room, one or the other. But they were hardly on the field. Damn.
Mm-hmm. But I ain't going to be surprised by our offense. I already know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't wait till our defense with these new coaches. And our that new defensive line coach, he played old school hardball football. He don't want excuses, I'm telling you, he going to bring the best out of Solomon and Armstead.
Yes, sir.
And then you got Buckner.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's our nose tackle we need to get rid of and let
Earl Mitchell?
what's his name in?
Earl Mitchell?
Yeah. Earl unemployed. Get rid of him.
Okay, laugh at him. Earl's working hard.
No, I mean, you gotta like the guy, but it ain't working. You know what I mean?
I know, J-Rock. J-Rock, you know what? We got to go though. And right after right after the Gumbo Bowl, you want a seafood gumbo or you want a pork and gumbo?
Oh, I want a little bit of everything on that. But let me get some shout-outs real quick. Go ahead, Roberto, Kenny, and my man Coach, and Nighthawk. Yeah. And you already know my man, me. All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. I'll look for you Sunday. Oh,
yep.
God. Well, I tell you, I need to, man, I don't know how to make no gumbo, man. If I'm trying to make it, you got the gumbo, it starts with the roux is where it's all at. The roux has to be made exactly right. And now you pile in everything else. The base of that gumbo is a roux. If that's done right, because I was watching my grandmother when she used to do that. But I can't remember exactly, because that's one of them techniques and skills to get handed down. If you don't pay close attention, you ain't get it right and make everybody at the table mad. All I know is to put a lot of chilies in there, one after another. Throw a few shrimp in there, get some crab, and seafood this, seafood that, put that in there. Let that simmer for like 20, put some okra in there, because if you don't put the okra in there, you ain't got that slime coming up out the bowl like everybody else. Yeah, I got folks in the South. Thought we all did. Cornbread. And put plenty of butter in between it. Oh, speaking of the South and cornbread, I got one half of the TNT connection on the phone right now. Oh, Trez.
Hold up, wait a minute, Rumble. Go on and put some of that red and gold all up in.
Yeah, dang, let me put some red peppers in there and chilies for the sake of Marcus Peters. Because I know that boy likes his gumbo hot and spicy. Trez!
Rumbo, you left out one of them other southern dishes, man. What about them neck bones, man?
Oh, yes, indeed. Let them neck bones boil all day so that soup just be tasting so good. Oh!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tyler don't know nothing about the South, man. So
tell you,
gotta get up on the South.
So you can suck them on the neck bones all day. And Trez, get you some pig feet, too. Oh, man. That meat just falls off that bone, just nice. Get some. You got to get collard greens. Don't get any other kind of greens, all right? Make sure you put that ham hock in there. Let that flavor get through that juice.
But see, Ronbo, they done took it to a whole nother level. Now you get you some collards, mix you a little turnips up in there.
Oh, yeah.
Turnip greens up in them, right?
Yep.
And then, right, you got to put a little turnips up in them now. That's how they do it.
That's it. And you cannot have no boiled food without some good cornbread. And don't give me the white cornmeal. I want yellow cornbread. Me and my mom used to fight about that all the time. But then again, she did make the white cornmeal taste pretty good,
Yes, sir. But Rumbo, I just want to say, look at here.
You know me now. You supposed to have been doing team train, A-train, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? The Salah train, Ronbo train tonight versus get out of town train.
Jeez,
you know
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, from here on out,
TNT connection. Yeah,
I'm still because you know what squad was biggest last week. I got to tell you, and I don't know if people were just playing because I was asking, but Trez, I you know what, Trez, I will continue to conduct that tonight, right?
Okay, because we done made the biggest mistake. Let me tell you something. Did you see Adam Gase go out there and snatch up Greg Williams right away? You see that? Right,
he was available.
Away, Ronbo. He didn't even. No, Ronbo. You know how many? Now come on. You know how many DCs are here available? I mean, come on. He went and snatched him up right away. He snatched him up for a reason. Now you what? I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna just wash my hands of the whole ordeal. But y'all gonna watch Robert Saleh and his failing ass defense once again. And then on top of that, we done lost coaches. You know, so
yeah, we did. I'm not happy with that. So let me Scangarello, I need him.
What y'all gonna? Let me go on and hear them excuses now about us losing coaches, because I don't want to hear it in the regular season. Well, we lost coaches. Now I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no excuses next year from nobody. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do, Trez, that night that we win 8, 9, 10 games, I'm gonna get me a big pot of crawfish, and I'm gonna be just cracking them up every time. I'm gonna break up skin. This one's for Trez. Here another one for Trez.
Yeah. Make sure you suck the juice out that tail now.
For Trez.
Suck the juice out that tail. You can't have them crab. You can't have them crawfish if you ain't sucking the juice out the tail.
That's the best part, but you gotta get that juice. Trez, I'm telling you right now, this defense is gonna look a lot different next year. We replaced the coaches that was failing. That's what you do. The head coach cannot be held responsible if he ain't got nobody working for him. All right, and we got to get a few more players too. Okay. So I'm not worried about that defense.
Well, we got to nail the draft. That's the bottom line, and we got to nail free agency. That's it. I mean, we can talk. We want this player, that player, this player.
Yeah.
We have got to go out and get solid guys all the way around. We know what the needs are. We just got to nail it. We just got to nail it. That's it.
And Trez, that's the advantage of Kyle coaching the South. And I'm so glad he's coaching the South and not coaching where Gruden's coaching. Give me them Southern boys on defense. Man, we got it.
Oh yeah. He get to take a real good look at all them SEC players. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yes. And Jaylon Ferguson,
yes,
I got to go look at some tape. How in the world did he come up with damn near 20 sacks? You can't fake that, Trez. You can't accidentally do that. You can't just happen to have a lucky season. You have to know what you're doing, and apparently he does.
Yeah. I like him. It's quite a few I like. There's quite a few players out there I like, but I'm going to save my draft for when you have your show. You know,
all right. Good, Trez. Good.
Bring my pick. You know what I'm saying? I always bring my picks. I ain't gonna tip my hat right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to go out here and do a little more.
To himself. He don't share till then.
Yes,
you
sir.
love it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can't
share.
You
was right.
I don't want people taking credit. People take credit.
I know, because they will do it too. Yeah. You was right on two. How many players did you pick out last season? Did you get
last season? I think I had two. Maybe two. Somewhere in there.
Okay.
I think it was two. I hit on two. I know Derwin James was boy though, and we missed out on.
Yeah. But Derwin James was one of the hardest core rookies in defense. Didn't he win? They haven't named him yet, maybe, or did they? Didn't James win?
They haven't named him yet. They haven't named any players. They haven't named anybody yet.
Man,
right.
Derwin, man. They may have lost. Chargers may have lost that game, but Gronk wasn't killing them. Derwin James had Gronk completely killed control.
Yeah, that was Raymond's guy. But let me ask you this, Ronbo. So who you got? You going Chiefs, Saints, right?
Yeah, because I think the Patriots might be. Mahomes is that. I've never seen a quarterback do the things he can do. He's peeping around the side of a defender, throwing sidearm accurately. And then as he throws the ball with your chest, he throws the ball and he steps back out the camera. I said, look, What? How is that possible?
Yeah, but you know that cold weather gonna play a major factor in this game. You remember when Tom deflated the ball? He deflated the ball in that cold weather. They're gonna have to check them balls before the game.
Yeah. Trez, they played in that same cold weather last. It was cold last week. It didn't bother him.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be as cold as it's gonna be for the Kansas City game. So I'm trying to tell you now, they're gonna have to check them balls over there for them New England Patriots, man.
Trez, let me ask you this then. Who is Belichick? You know how Belichick takes away certain weapons. Are you going to be able to take away Tyreek Hill? How do you take Tyreek Hill away from a team?
Belichick sometimes will give you your star and tell you
everybody else, make him beat you by
where you going? Everybody else, right?
Yeah,
right. Look,
that would be the best thing.
Saying, look, okay, he only gonna go so far. So who else gonna beat us? You see what I'm saying?
You take Travis.
He plays that game.
You take Travis Kelce out of the game. Sammy Watkins is coming along, but Sammy's not a game. Well, he could be, but you don't want to keep Sammy and Tyreek out there running around. You got to take one of them out.
Right, but you got to. But I was gonna say you got to think about it. Now, listen what I'm saying. The cold weather is gonna play a part on the deep ball. That ball is not gonna travel deep as you think it's going, because that cold air will knock it straight out the air. Let me tell you that now. It's coming straight down like a rock. So they're gonna nix those long plays. You know what I'm saying? So I already see the Patriots coming in and playing the Patriot style of ball, the dinking and the dunking, here and there, know, the little pick plays, crossing routes, underneath routes. You know what I'm saying? The Edelman plays. How they go with it.
I know.
I mean,
and it works every year. Nobody ever can stop it.
It works every year. Right.
You know what?
So
they don't.
That's style play. Intermediate passes.
Kansas City's getting back their all-pro safety. He might be able to deal with Gronk. I think he's healthier now than he was a few weeks ago.
You talking about Barry?
Yeah,
Barry supposed to be coming back. Yeah. He practiced full practice. We'll see.
For the first time.
Spot him in. They probably spot him. He ain't gonna. I don't think he'll start. I think they'll spot him in, work him in, see how he feels. You know what I'm saying? Then he may be able to go the whole game.
Well,
it just remains to be seen. I think they should bring more of a box set. Bring those safeties up on Tom Brady. Tom Brady's not gonna throw nothing deep. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Yeah.
He don't have a deep target.
That's another thing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Trez, you know what? We got to go. But listen, Trez, after this game, we got to get into this one, man, because I tell you, this is going to be funny to analyze this game, especially because that game comes on before the thing. We talk about that a little bit before the game. Oh, we'll talk about it after the game.
Well, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Trez.
I'll catch you, Ronbo, in your face at your place. I'll be right there watching you.
All right. Be looking for you on the chat. All right, Trez. Have a great night. Appreciate you getting in there, too. You too.
You too. All right.
Yeah. Now, Jeff Tan, I just saw that question as I was going by. It's funny. You need to be either Southern white or black to know about white cornmeal. See, because it's not a common item in the store. Only certain stores carry white cornmeal. Because usually you go in the supermarket, you got two choices, the yellow cornmeal or the white cornmeal. But that's where that comes from, Jeff. If you get the white cornmeal, of course, you make, the lighter complexion cornbread. If you get the yellow, you get the yellow cornbread. But the yellow always, in my mind, translates as being a little sweeter. We turn this into a cooking show. And the funny thing is it's about Southern cooking. Hot water cornbread, too. It makes some of the best. You know what hot water cornbread is? Fry it up in the pan. Otherwise known as hush puppies. Ooh. And it says, Reading today says we should be signing the Lions and Dolphins free agents. And they are going to have a garage sale, so you're right. Although I don't get the Lions is Purdy. I guess he wants more of his own kind of players. You guys have filled out. Jim Thornhill says if we get AB, you have he and Pettis, Goodwin, and George with our running backs. Just put Jimmy G in a shotgun and have them run fly routes and pick your poison. I like that, Jim. I still want Deshaun Jackson in this mix too. Daniel Andre believes we won't get AB because Lynch won't go the distance. Nothing else is new about that. And the Raiders will give a first-round pick. We're not getting AB. I don't know that Gruden would give up not many. He is 31 years old. I don't even think the Steelers think they're going to get a first-round pick. They're going to try, but they know not many teams are going to give you a first-round pick. If he was younger, if he's south of 30, that's kind of risky. You give a first-round pick for a guy that's going to last maybe 2 or 3 seasons. That's stupid. Super Gorilla says, I totally forget that Contavia Street is coming back. I keep doing that myself. Jeff Tan, Jeff, I just explained what white cornbread is. It's made with white cornmeal. Nothing racial about it. The white cornmeal is just white because it comes from a certain kind of corn, I think. Because yellow cornmeal comes... Anyway, Mississippi has the best cornbread I ever tasted. It's all in the recipe. Andrew McFadden says we should draft Juan Thornhill. I tell you, man, the boy can play some corner, man. And then Grafted Kicks need to have cooking with Ronbo series. That'd be so much fun. I'd have a 49ers apron on, man. I also, we got a couple other guys that'd be fun to do that, too. Mr. Niner, boy, he'd be funny, because he cooks all the time. He's always taking pictures on his Instagram. Rodney Roberts says, yo, you should start. The cooking show is out. Don't get me started, man. The next show will be in the kitchen. Dominic Winter says, yo, what's up, Dominic? Because cooking is fun, man. I love to relax and cook and invent recipes. And then after you taste it, oh, God, don't do that again. You have to fail in order to succeed, especially when it comes to cooking. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a big show. Oh, it's a big show on tonight. Show!
Hey, can you come back to me, Ronbo?
Are you parking your car? Or are you driving into the hamburger stand?
I'm driving right now.
All right, get back to you then. Oh, God. Let me see. And, hey, you know what? Super good. That's a good question. Who's the Chiefs running back? I wasn't really paying a lot of attention since they lost you-know-who. Robert Gibby's right. Woods is a dang good position coach. Because, that's what I said. When's the last time you seen the Broncos secondary suck? He's been there for a little while. So, yeah. Danny Brazil, you know about hot water cornbread? Oh! And Denise says Jerry Rice is trying to talk AB to come into the 49ers. Donna Bell mentioned earlier that 49ers talk about making a deal using, I think what draft pick did she say? Because the 49ers would give up a second, they'd give up the 2. In fact, the 49ers may give up a 2, and just to keep the Steelers from saying, give us 2 years, give us 2 number 2s, they might go ahead and say, take a 2 and a 5 this year, right? There's a Rams fan on the phone? Who could that be? I only know of one. There's only one Rams fan anyway, and he calls the show. The other Rams fans are those paid Hollywood extras that are sitting in the stands. Who is this?
Ronbo.
It's the Gumbo Bowl man himself. It's Rudy. Yes, Rudy.
How you doing?
Oh, fabulous. Just fabulous. We're sitting here figuring out what's going to happen next and how we're going to take over the NFC West.
Well, Ronbo, sometimes the birds are singing and the sun's shining and the Rams are back in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
And
we're
back?
ready to
wait,
Rudy. Rudy, what do you mean back? As far as you mean since in the mid-'90s, or what are you talking about?
We're back. The greatest show on earth, the greatest show on turf, too.
Yeah, wait a minute.
The last time we were in the championship game was 2001.
Rudy, I got to throw a flag on that one. Rudy, that was not the Los Angeles Rams. That was another franchise in St. Louis.
Well, there was 4 original Los Angeles Rams on that team, including
4?
Isaac Bruce, who was drafted to Los Angeles Rams, and he made the game-winning touchdown.
Okay.
So anyway,
yeah,
we're talking about that. That's been the here's now, and I really think that we're going to blow this team out, Ronbo. They're a good team. They got us last time, but there's 3 major factors. Number one, we were riding high. We hadn't lost yet. Talib wasn't there.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters got burned for 200 yards. That's not going to happen again. There's no way that receiver's going to get 200 yards with Talib. But even with that,
yes,
we still tied the game 35-35 in New Orleans in the 4th quarter.
All right.
So, now we have C.J. Anderson, who looks like Jerome Bettis in his younger years. It's going to get ugly, and this is why we got Sue, Peters, and Talib for the playoffs. This is where, Donald was a non-factor this last game. He was in there and he was taking up guys, but Sue was a big factor in the Cowboy game. He was in there and he was motivated. So you have a motivated Sue, and Talib's healthy. So I think it's going to get ugly. I think we're going to get, the Saints haven't looked that good. They were lucky to get past the Eagles. The Eagles were driving and they got that pick off of his hands.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to us, getting we're 1-1 against the Saints.
You got to blow them out, huh?
I think we are. I think we're going to win, but I think the two-headed monster of Gurley and C.J. Anderson, it's going to be too much for them. We're going to wear down that defense, and then you saw that we can score on them. We're just as explosive as they are. So, we'll see what happens. But I've been calling this. I've been calling my shot this whole season. We're built for. We're winning now. We'll see what happens. I hope we can win. I hope we can beat these guys. But that this is exactly why we got them, and we're exactly where we want to be. It's in the dome. There's no elements.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not in L.A. If it was in L.A., the Saints wouldn't even have a chance. We blow them right out of the water.
That's not confidence there, Rudy. And
we
Rudy,
got them last
you
year.
forget.
If you remember, we beat them last year in L.A.
Yeah. One thing you forget though is Jared Goff is not ready for prime time. He's proved that on a couple different occasions. Jared he's a regular season guy, but I don't think Jared is the guy. That's why they're going to run the ball as much as they can to keep that ball out of Jared's.
You got to tip your hat to the guy. He went through hell with Fisher. He overcame that, and then he led the Rams to the top scoring team last year.
Yeah.
And then this year comes back and throws 32 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then the last game against the Cowboys, people are overlooking this, but the Rams receivers dropped 2 touchdowns that were right through their hands.
Yeah.
Cooks dropped one in the corner. That should have been a touchdown. So even with all that running, there could have been 2 touchdowns that Goff would have threw. So he's still a young quarterback, but the sky's the limit with that guy. I told you the beginning of the season that with McVay and Goff too, it's going to be even better. And here we are in the championship game.
Okay.
So everything's right on track. We'll
everything's
see what
on
happens.
schedule. Rams.
And if we lose, I'm still going to call back, Ronbo.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to call in.
And you're going to offer all kinds of excuses and reasoning as to why they lost.
There's no excuse. I can tell you one thing: injuries suck. I'm sorry you guys had those injuries. I told you from the beginning. I wanted you guys to stay healthy because I want us to play the best team. I wasn't worried about Dallas coming into play. I want to play the best team. But if we had Cooper Kupp, it wouldn't even be a contest because that's what Goff is missing. Because the guys he's best friends with Cooper Kupp and he's his security blanket, and underneath, and then that leaves Woods and the other guys and Cook to the outside. It wouldn't even be a contest if he was there. But it is what it is. Next man up, and we'll see what happens. But I think C.J. Anderson is going to be a huge difference in this game. And then keep your eye on number 83. He's a second-year player, and he's going to go off this year. Reminds me of Flipper Anderson out there.
Wait.
So we'll see what happens.
Wait. What number just give me?
83.
Okay. I got to mark this down. All right. Flipper Anderson.
He reminds me of Flipper Anderson. He's tall. He's really good, but we'll see what happens. But Sue and Donald, they're waiting for this game. They got a lot of flap with what they did in that defense the last time. Mm-hmm. And as long as we hold down Michael Thomas, we don't let him go off. And
you're not going to hold down Michael Thomas. Just get over that right now. And I'll tell you something else, too. If you think Sean Payton's going to come to you with the same formula to beat you up as he did last time, you got a surprise coming. But good luck, Rudy. You're going to need all
Well,
the luck.
If Sean Payton thinks that his best player is going to go for 200 yards, he has something else coming too. Because it took that to even beat us by 10 points.
Listen,
they beat us by 10 points the last game.
True,
and
but
we started off slow. So that's the best game they could play, and they still only won by 10 points.
They got bored and started laughing. You relax when you have a team down like that.
That relax went over. When it was 35-35, I guarantee their shorts were wet.
They got tired. They got tired of whooping y'all, Rudy. They just got to whooping you so bad. They just said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and kick back, relax. I want everybody to stay healthy. Let's just go ahead and cruise in the fourth quarter and call it a day. These guys, they can't stay with us. You see, you still got Marcus.
We're the ones who don't fear this team, Ronbo. We can go toe-to-toe with them, or we can go
Marcus Peters, but there's nothing you can do about Marcus Peters. The best thing you can do is
get rid of him. He's on the other side of Talib now, though.
Yeah,
Talib wasn't there. We got to have our best cornerback now.
Yeah, but even if Peter, what you don't want is Peters trying to stop Ginn Jr. That would be worse. Okay, you know what, Rudy? Tell you what, after this, we will see you after the game. We got to go.
Okay. It's going to be a good game, Ronbo, but I think it's going to be 27-17 Rams.
You're going to hold the Saints to 17 points.
Watch, Donald's going to go off. Donald's going to go off, Ronbo. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, good. Oh, right. Let's make a record of that. 27-17. The Saints are just stifled in their own play. I don't think the Saints, Cowboys did it to them once.
They were stifled this last game against the Eagles.
Yeah.
They were stifled this last game. I mean, they didn't look impressive. Did they look impressive to you this last game? No.
I know. They
Who
took
looked more impressive, the Rams or the Saints? This last game, who looked more impressive?
I wasn't impressed by either team until the second half. So,
They looked both like crap. If either one of them, if they would have played us, they would have lost to us. That's what's going to happen this next Sunday.
Dallas is just
and we're healthy.
Yeah. Dallas can't play outside of Texas. But, Anyway, we got to go, and we'll see you. And by the way, the Rams aren't that good on the road either. Anyway, Rudy.
Dallas has a history of losing to us in the playoffs. Dickerson schooled them for 248, and then Ferragamo went into Dallas and beat them in 79, and we got them again this year.
Rudy, I got to go. We'll see.
Okay, Ronbo.
Right.
You have a good one.
Hey, you too, Rudy.
Okay.
Hey. It's hey, Ogie Niner, I know what you mean, Ogie Niner, man. It's time to cook, man. It's still too cold outside, but soon. Them big cookouts outside. You know what I'm saying? Coach says, you're too funny. The Saints beat the Rams, and the Chiefs beat the Patriots. Saints beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl is my prediction. So yeah, Rudy. But I don't blame you. I'd be the same way if it was 49ers. I'd be hoping and praying and wishing. But I think the Saints have just too much. I mean, Sean Payton, between Breeze and Payton, there's just too much synchronicity as far as these kind of games go. They blew it last year against the Vikings, but they ain't going to blow it this year against the Rams. And Jeff Tan says, Rudy, watching 49ers game next year. This is like the greatest show on grass, part 1. And Jim Terrell go, every recipe you have consists of adding rice and watch everyone get smoked. Well, that's like I said, Rice and Brown. So I want to still hanging out. They were running the hill together. And A.B. be asking, hey, so what's it like being a BD, Jerry? What's it like being you? And Jeremiah Avalos, he says, shout out to Jeremiah from Reno. Hey, Jeremiah out in Nevada representing 49ers football. Yeah. Well, let's see the big shows. Hey, Show, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Wait a minute. It's a big show. It's a big show all tonight. Hey, Show, come on in, man, because I already know where you're going. Show's going to explain to us. Go ahead, Show. I can't. I'm gonna see if I'm right. I'm not going to say anything. I'll wait till you speak.
Well, you already know my feelings about Antonio Brown, so I don't need to express them any further.
Hey, how do you feel about Deion Sanders, though? I mean, he's telling Antonio to forget about it. It's the wrong place to go.
He needs to invest in What's the hair products for men that's always on it? Grows hair. Not Rogaine. Not it's hair products for men or something like that. Anyways, he needs to invest in one of those franchises and get some hair on his head and call it a day and call it a career.
Or just stop it and let the head stay clean.
He can go Pakistan.
You know, but stop making a public thing about your hair. It's becoming common.
I used to be a fan of Deion Sanders until I started realizing he doesn't show any love for the team who got him his first ring, which is our team, and he can go Pakistan for all I care.
Yeah.
But anyways, Ronbo.
Jacksonville.
I hope Trez is listening right now and he will jump back on his phone and back me up 100% because I am with him. I believe this is a make or break year for Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. And they need to hit it out of the park in free agency and make aggressive moves in the draft as well. And if they fail to fulfill those expectations of what fans are expecting, then you can kiss them goodbye after year 3. I know they're signed up for a 6-year contract, but in reality,
pick up who?
In reality, they have to produce. Or if they're not producing, then they're gone.
And
I think they're
who's going to replace them?
I think they're going to fulfill. Let me finish. I think they're going to fulfill those expectations this year, and fans will have nothing to worry about after year 3. I think they're going to bring in Antonio Brown. I think they're going to sign Trey Flowers from New England, the edge rusher. And also they're either going to go hard after D. Ford, the outside linebacker, or Anthony Barr from Minnesota. Those are the 2 pieces on defense I think they're going to sign in free agency this year. And as far as the draft goes, Ronbo, nobody's talking about our secondary, how hideous it was this year with no interceptions or turnovers by Richard Sherman or Akilla Witherspoon. We need somebody to help Richard Sherman and complement him, or we need somebody to complement Richard Sherman in that secondary, whether it be the strong safety or a cornerback. And in the draft, I think we're going to be trading down to at least no further than 7. And I personally feel that after seeing shout out to the Derwin James crew because we should have listened to them and they were right about him, and he's a Pro Bowl safety, and I think we're going to be getting a safety in the draft this year in Deontay Thompson out of Alabama to help Richard Sherman in that secondary and create more turnovers because that's what we're ranked last in turnovers on defense, I think. Or as far as creating turnovers, I think second last or something like that.
Yeah, no, we're dead.
So, yeah. I think that's what fans are sleeping, or what 49er fans are sleeping on, and what ultimately is going to be our draft pick. Everyone's sleeping about Josh Allen or Quentin Williams, but the only reason why I see us going after Quentin Williams is if we cut Earl Mitchell. We're not getting rid of Eric Armstead. I'm sorry.
I would bet money on Errol Mitchell leaving no matter what. Him and Garcon are going to say they're going to leave on the same car. You know, because the 49ers already have 2 youngsters that are ripe now. They're ready to roll. You got both C.J. Jones, DJ Jones, and also Shelton. There is no need to continue to pay Earl Mitchell.
Yeah. He's almost 32 years old. He is not producing to the level of expectations of what we're hoping for as far as rushing or helping DeForest Buckner on the inside. And I think we're going to be replacing him with one of our guys that we drafted last year in Xavier Street, depending on how healthy he is and everything like that. So there's a plug-in player that we can play right away as far as replacing Earl Mitchell goes. And like I said, I think the 2 biggest targets in free agency on defense is going to be D. Ford or Anthony Barr as far as outside linebacker goes, and Trey Flowers from the New England edge rusher.
You know the words, Michelle.
If they decide to let him go.
If Kansas City gets all the way to the Super Bowl, D. Ford's out of the question too. Trey Flowers, if actually I don't see the Patriots getting all the way to the end of this, we may be able, because Belichick will let these guys go. He'll think it's their fault.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way Belichick is. We may be able to get Trey Flowers.
Yeah. Then my next linebacker was Anthony Barr from Minnesota. So there's an outside linebacker option there as well too. So, and as far as our second round pick, I really strongly believe it's going to be Montez Sweat if he falls out far.
God,
or
Montez Sweat's on the second round. That's a no-brainer. Yeah, no matter who you get in the first round. If Sweat's still there at the 33, 34, our second round pick is 34. If he's there at 34, there's no hesitation. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. There's also a corner out of Notre Dame that I think they're going to go after is Julian Love. He's a really good lockdown corner, and he's also got great ball hawking skills, and he's something to look out for as far as, like, if Killer Witherspoon were to go down, he would be a perfect plug-in player right away in corner right there. That's a really good option in the third round at least. I see he's projected to go the second to third round out of Notre Dame. And also there's an inside linebacker I want you guys to pay attention to. That's T.J. Edwards out of Wisconsin.
What's his name?
T.J. Edwards.
T.J. Edwards. Okay. See, you got to listen. You got to pay attention to the show. Even I listen to the show without giving him. You notice I haven't given him a hard time. Last year he picked out Fred Warner. I didn't even know who Fred Warner was. Now everybody knows who Fred Warner is. You know what I'm saying? So show. Well, you know what? We got to stop here, show. We'll get more from you Sunday. Huh?
Yeah. All right. Shout out to y'all.
All right, bro.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Shout out to the Nighthawk Fan Club. All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Night show. Yeah, for as much trouble as I give the show, I have to respect him. He's on target. A large percentage of the time, he's actually right on some of these, especially the college players. He's been right about some of the players we have on our team, too. Strangely, I just don't want to admit it. Notice I didn't ask him about whose camp he's in as far as Robert Saleh goes. He starts off by saying, let Trez jump on in here because I support him 100%. Obviously, he is not Robert Saleh. I forgot to ask about that. Right? Although, show, I did mean to ask you, though, in your mock draft last year, I don't remember you putting Fred Warner in it. You mentioned it verbally, though, so I give you credit for that. Oh, man. All right. Coach says, I'm trying to win an autographed football by Drew Brees. That thing's going to be valuable if I get it. I would be, Coach. Boy, I really would be. Jeff Tent, Rudy, you are totally dreaming or delusional. Saints about to score 17 in the first quarter. Rudy, Rudy, really seriously, Kamara is going to be a very serious issue, as he was, stringing out the Rams defense as he did last time. And also, if he wants to run right up the middle, that seems to be the thing to do, too. The Cowboys are kind of strange. I don't know what the Cowboys are trying to do, but I do know Dak Prescott is inferior in these situations. The only reason why Dak looked as good as he did in that first year is because he had that superstar, all-world offensive line, and Zeke was running crazy behind that line as well. With that kind of combination, you can't help anybody get back there and quarterback. Drew Brees is a different beast, though. Oh, he's way different. Servant said it himself, sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. Turnovers will come. Have faith in Salah. New DB coach to implement a system. See? So I was trying to tell you, man, you can't blame Salah. Salah can't coach the DBs and everybody else. You got a guy that's supposed to be handling that. Nobody called Hafley's name. I just realized it myself midway through the season. Wait a minute. That ain't Salah. Salah's not coaching the DBs. Who's coaching Hafley? Why is everybody pointing to each other like they don't know what the hell's going on? That ain't Salah. That's Hafley. And sure enough, goodbye, Jeff. One of the first guys to leave along with Ray Wright. So you're going to say, we'll wait and see here. Jason John says, Dolan says, we'll get our pass rusher in free agency and select a left tackle in the draft. Dolan, that's a real problem, too. I don't know, when are the 49ers going to address that? Because Joe Staley's liable to leave next year. I really do worry because tackles are just hard to find. We got lucky getting Mike McGlinchey. And everybody's sitting there wondering, Tremaine Edmonds. What's that guy? What's the other guy from the other linebacker? Because everybody wanted to make sure that Reuben Foster gets a running mate. Edmonds. Oh, what's the guy? Who the Bears pick up? The linebacker? And he was good this year, too. Somebody give me the linebacker out of this player for the Bears right now. What's his name? He says, Jason says, well, Thomas is at his best inside. Only thing is, he's just that. Only good. He really isn't big or strong enough to be dominant like a Donald. I agree with that. And, Solomon probably needs to work out and get a little bigger and stronger. I don't know. Maybe Solomon doesn't have that grown man strength yet anyway. But he needs to get a little bigger and stronger. But Solomon was swole up. Remember the first year when he first came into camp? Solomon was huge. And then they started saying, Solomon, we'd like for you to lose a little weight. We're going to put you on the edge. Solomon got small. Eric Armstead, too. They tried to put, Eric wanted to reduce a little weight. We're going to have you go to the edge. So, these guys don't need to get small. Anybody got that guy from, there was going to be, it was between him and Tremaine Edmonds? Roquan Smith. Stone Cold for that. Roquan Smith. We had two camps. The Roquan Smith versus Tremaine Edmonds camp, right? Everybody just knew it was going to be one of them, And then there was a Derwin James group. And then there was a Dreamers like myself who wanted Saquon Barkley or Quentin Nelson. Last year was fun, wasn't it? We got some more fun this year. Because I really wonder, though, if we're going to trade down, are we going to be equally as delighted if the 49ers have traded the first round? The 49ers have traded the overall second pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for Antonio Brown. What are we going to do? Oh, we did it. Hey, you know what's a better idea? So we could stay in the first round and maybe pick up a Jaylon Ferguson. What if we traded with the Steelers their first round pick for our first round pick? You know what I'm saying? We trade down, because I think the Steelers are picking like 15, 16, 17, 18, somewhere in there. We get down to 50, 60, and the 49ers, we traded down. 49ers in their exchange with the Pittsburgh Steelers selected number 16. Select Jaylon Ferguson, Louisiana Tech, defensive end. I'll have to be sedated. Because we picked up an offensive weapon. We picked up an absolute madman. I don't care what he look when he gets. Oh my God! That kind of a player is going to be. He's going to be effective, even if he only gets 8 or 9 sacks. It's his first year with the 49ers. We got a new coach. They could probably work wonders with him. So you pick an A, B. We got the offensive weapon. You got Jaylon Ferguson, and whoever else we get. Rudy, you're sitting there talking about your future. Your future will end that night. This I assure you. Oh, Takeo Spikes. I remember him, yeah. Oh, that was a linebacker, wasn't it? Ooh. Takeo's neck. Let me see. Takeo's neck, man, was like, all you could see was a little bit of chin, and the neck was like out on both sides. Takeo! Whoa! Hey, fam, I tell you what. Oh, we got Josie. Hey. Hey, can we get on the spot? Can we get a shout out to the 719ers, the faithful fans, Colorado Springs, Colorado? Thanks, guys. Shout out to 719ers. And next year we got some things to talk about, man. I tell you what, because we got that coach from the Broncos. You know the Broncos have had a great secondary for how long? Now he's with us. Now we're going to look a little more civilized back there instead of looking like we have been looking. I can't wait. Hey, Josie, come on in, man.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey.
We're going to get there because we got work now. How about that?
It's good. Hey, Alyssa, I tell you what.
I I was all in on that 16-0 Garoppolo, 13-3 Jimmy
We got
G.
Jimmy G.
I was all about it, man, and it didn't happen. So I realized through this season that we got to give credit to the special teams like Gold. We got to give it to Buckner. All these guys that came out of the freaking woodwork and worked it up and did some good things and made us all proud fans, even though we got a second-round draft.
You know? Hey, Josie, let's go down the list, though. Let's go ahead and start with offense. Matt Breida. Number 1, George Kittle. Matt Breida. Raheem Mostert. I didn't know anything about these guys being that kind of good. I knew Breida was probably a good football player. I thought he might be a little above average. Because last year I thought he was only okay. I didn't know he was a guy. He's a superstar in the making. You know? We got Mike McGlinchey on the draft. The guy's ranked as one of the best in the league. Wait till next year when he gets that grown man strength.
One of my things I was going to say is, you got 13-3 Jimmy G and McGlinchey. Is that the only way I can rhyme anything with McGlinchey?
Yeah, you got a little trouble rhyming that with McGlinchey. Yeah. 13-3, Jimmy G and McGlinchey. You can kind of work
there
that.
You go.
Yeah. And
McGlinchey is the man. What a rookie. What a beast of a person.
Tell you, and see, these are the pieces that young kids you put together like this slowly, you know. It's like you look at other teams that try to buy championships, like poor Rudy comes in here talking about how they got Talib and they got Peters and they got Sue, and you know, that's a short-term fix. What we got is homegrown potency. When these guys get through growing up, all the teams with all them mercenaries are going to go falling down. Why? Because these are 49er-trained weapons. We didn't buy them from any place. We built them ourselves. So that's how I'm looking forward to next year. And hey, I was going down through the list of guys to be great for. And then you got Fred Warner. Who knew? Who knew, Josie? Look at Marcel Harris. That kid's going to be crazy good. Oh, who else we got on defense? And I just love this year.
All these guys came up and really performed at the last year. When we put down the Seattle Seahawks, I was the most excited person anybody had seen in 10 years.
Well, you and me both.
And we almost had the Bears. I mean, we really put some work down on these really good teams of the last year because these third and fourth string guys came together and just clicked.
Growing.
And Kittle getting the most tight end receiving yards for a franchise, let alone the season, is freaking incredible. I mean, Pettis is just off the charts. Keith, God bless his soul, the poor guy is having the troubles and everything.
No.
I mean, it's just, you've got so many great things. Kittle is there. He is just a beast of a man. Yusicek is just so awesome. I wanted to say something about.
We just want to keep him out of.
We're losing our.
Don't make him into a
coaches.
running back. That's all. Just keep Juice at his strengths. Don't keep making him run the ball. Have him tear people apart. Because anybody that's trying to deal with him, a linebacker or something like that, running downfield, he's going to get smoked. And Jimmy G's going to find that target, and Juice is going to pull it down.
I don't think Juice is much bigger than me. What is he, 5'11", 5'10"? He's not a very big guy. He doesn't weigh a whole bunch.
Juice, wait. Juice weighs 240. He's not a little guy. I mean, Juice's arms alone are 220.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the
he
dude
likes to do the push-ups.
I know. Sun's out, guns out. Boy, remember all OTAs, man. Everybody else is wearing. Juice has got the sleeves rolled up higher than Michael Bennett, man. I'm always laughing. Juice, man, come on, man. Stop with the guns.
He's one of those guys that, if you watch the film, he's always doing the best blocking. He is a blocker for Kittle, for Marquise, just all over the field.
See, that's why
he doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
No, he does, because he always makes some key blocks to spring our running backs. And you know who else does a good job with that but doesn't get any credit for it? It's Garrett Selleck. There's another guy that and Kittle also. We got some great tight ends for blocking anyway, you know. So, yeah, we're all right. We'll be fine.
I'm kind of scared about losing these coaches, though. You know, that quarterback coach.
I know
What's his name?
Scangarello.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Rello.
That sucks.
Yeah. You know, it's there's a couple of the guys. I don't know if they're going to be as good as Scangarello, but I think what's his name? What's his name? Mike LaFleur. Yeah, FLEU. Yeah, Mike LaFleur is going to step in. He'll probably be fine. Him and his brother are pretty good with that.
LaFleur's good.
Yeah.
I've seen him in the past. He's not bad. I just really like.
Scangarello was good. Real good.
There was another coach that we just lost that we wanted to keep. What was his name?
The offensive line coach?
Side. Oh, was that it?
Yeah, we just lost him today. Because I know you're not talking about Halfley. And we lost Ziganina.
No,
Ziganina was...
I was thinking I was saying something like 2 days ago that we lost a really good one that we wanted to keep.
I mean, that's Scangarello. Scangarello just recently signed that deal. He signed it last week. So it must be him.
Right.
And we lost the coach of the Patriots. Wait a minute. No. Not Patriots, I'm sorry. The Packers. Wait a minute. Who left us and went to the Packers? Yeah, they are leaving us right and left. Yeah, Stanovich is assistant coach. Yeah, okay. Oh, the Packers. No, he didn't leave. The Packers picked up another coach, head coach. Right. We just lost Stanovich, offensive line coach. Okay. But he was the assistant. Benton is still the head man. But offensive line coaches are not something you want to mess around with. Because the 49ers were growing as an offensive line. It takes time for an offensive line to gel solidly. So that could be a setback. I'm a little concerned about that. So we'll see. Hey, Joseph, we got to go.
It's a brand new line except for Staley. Yeah, so I want to throw out there, I did my little Madden. I do the amateur, rookie, super 3-minute stuff, but I wanted to throw out there that I did my Madden predictions, and unfortunately, the Rams win. They go to Super Bowl.
Oh!
But I kicked the shit out of the Patriots with the old Kansas City Chiefs, but that was Alex Smith because I got old school stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
My prediction
you got to get an upgrade.
Kansas
There's
City
definitely something wrong with this.
Wins over the Rams in Super Bowl.
See, here's the thing. Kansas City and the Rams back in the Super Bowl may be what the league actually wants because of that 100 points they scored to make it the most productive but defenseless Super Bowl of all time. Whoever has the ball last wins. Hey, we got to go, Josie. We'll see you Sunday after the game. All right?
Hell yeah.
All right, Josie. It's an outlaw, Josie.
Shout out.
Go ahead.
Can I do a shout out?
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, me. I thought. I'm sorry, Josie. I thought you wanted to give a shout out to some others. When people say that, I get confused. Yeah, hey, Josie, that's even better than the last time I remember, man. That was awesome. All right, bro. I'll talk to you later. There's Josie out there. There's AZ. Let's go check out Big Al.
Ronbo, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, Big Al. I'm just sitting back here. I'm seeing that the Rams are being favored by a lot. But you know what? Here's the thing I hang my hat on. If Cynthia Freeland says a team's going to lose, that lady was right all year. I used to balk every time Cynthia come on. She'd look at the camera. Sorry, Niners, you're going to lose this one too. And come on, Cynthia! She was right every time, I think, except for once. She said she did say we'd beat the Raiders. She thought we were going to beat. She said we're going to beat Detroit. See, I'm telling you. So she says New Orleans. She ran 2,000 models or something like that. I don't know how she goes when she says that. I don't know what she means. She ran over 2,000 models, and the Saints do pull this one out in the fourth quarter, and they win by 4. Oh God! Yes. So I think Saints will win. I'm feeling good about that.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. It's been a minute since I called in, man. I've been out the loop, man, working a lot of overtime and whatnot, man. But
hey, cash is fun.
I seen. That's right. I seen on your app, man. We So who you feeling, Josh Allen or Bosa?
You know what? I'm leaning toward Josh Allen, but you know what I'm thinking about that? Big Al, I'm thinking, I've got to be careful. Don't roll with the hype because Allen's picking up mad hype right now. And then I look at this kid, Jaylon Ferguson. I'm wondering, are people overlooking this kid? He's in the South running up 17 and a half sacks. And you got Montez, over there doing the same thing. Montez, I lost his last name. Anyway, he's got 14 and a half sacks. So I'm thinking, there's other people besides Bosa and Allen in this draft. So you got to be careful here, because we would fool around and get the wrong guy.
Yeah. Well, Robert Saleh, he got to have some input. What's our guy that helps John Lynch out? Is it Peters?
As far as
it's Peters.
Adam Peters, yeah. Montez
Sweat.
Montez Sweat is what I was thinking about. But yeah, Adams Peters and also Martin Mayhew.
Right. Yeah, we got to just have some faith that they evaluate them well. I seen Josh Allen. He pulled out of the game. I think it was the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Allen said, he had everybody. We had to wait till Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget which day, for him to make a decision. See that? He's already got power. Yeah, I'm decided yet. Yep. I said back in November I'd play, but that's before I realized I was going to be a superstar and a top 5 pick. Whoa. Well, excuse us.
But yeah. But either way you look at it, they're saying Nick Bosa and Josh Allen are the 2 top dogs.
They're the cream of the crop.
So,
yep.
Right. If I look at it, I take bigger, faster, stronger. That's how I look at it. Josh Allen, he's a freak. A freak, man.
I've watched film on him. I ain't watched film on everybody, but I was watching him because I want to see what everybody's talking about. The dude, he would run an offensive lineman insane in the NFL. You don't need technique when you got his kind of speed. Josh Allen is by the time the man comes out of his stance, offensive line, he's looking about, damn, Josh Allen is gone. And he's in your backfield.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ronbo, one more thing before I get up out of here, man. So last off season, everybody was all debating, some for it, some not for it.
We was
the number one receiver, the big number one receiver, man.
Wait, which one?
One thing.
There was 2.
So we were all, but some
there was
of us,
there was Sutton, Cortland Sutton. Ridley was over in Bama making people crazy. Hey, who you talking about, Big Al, in particular?
So I'm not talking about any player in particular. I'm talking about the fact that all the faithful, we're all talking about we need a
big
solidified
receiver.
Number. Exactly. So how you feeling now?
Listen, I tell you what, Terrell Williams and Dante Moncrief, that's his name. Understand that Kyle may have some interest in them because Kyle doesn't just bring you in because you're big. You need to be a little bit of a freak. Both these guys run like 4.42. I think Williams is 6'4". The Chargers had him last year. Terrell Williams is 6'4". He runs a 4.42. I think, and Moncrief runs a 4.4. I might get this backwards because I'm not looking, but 6'2", 6'4", 4.4. These dudes are long and can get up. That's what Kyle wants. This is why he doesn't go for big receivers. He wants guys like Julio who can get away. Just being big does not make him happy. You got to be able to get away.
Randy Moss.
You got to be able to run. Yeah. You got to be able to run routes. You got to be able to get away. If I'm gonna throw you open, I'm gonna fix it. So all you got to do is get open. You get open, Jimmy's gonna deliver the ball. If you get dragged down from behind, everybody in San Francisco and the Niner Empire is gonna be pissed off. You catch that ball out in front, you best better get in that end zone. This is what Kyle believes. So that's why I know he's got to have a big freak. Those 2 guys are on the list.
Yeah. And lastly, man, Garoppolo, they gave him that big contract. He's coming off an injury. His confidence might be a little shaken. You gotta put weapons around this guy. I'm excited about Kittle and Pettis for sure. Garcon,
get you Moncrief Williams to go along with him, and Goodwin.
Thank you.
Got speakers. Goodwin was his go-to guy. I mean, when nobody else is open, Marquise is always open, right? That's why he had so many yards last year. Jimmy just kept lighting him up. And then, every now and then somebody else got open finally. George Kittle will be his man next year, though. Man.
Yeah.
God,
but my boy Pierre got to go. He got to go back to Haiti.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah,
it's over. Hopefully he can go to another team and maybe get about 2-3 more years, stack his money up. But
he'll go join Belichick. Yeah.
Maybe you never know. You never know.
Nice.
But all right, Ronbo, man.
All right, Big Al. Good to hear from you again.
On the next one, man.
All right, baby. Looking for
have
you.
A good night, man.
You too.
All right, go on.
Yeah. That's Big Al making an appearance. We missed him. Yeah. Hey, Coach says if Casey franchises Ford, Trey Flowers would be a good second guy to sign for sure. But I really love Frank Clark. I just watched the tape. I know Frank Clark, but I understand that I mean, Pete Carroll is doing everything but running around the office with no clothes on. You cannot get rid of Frank Clark whenever he wants. You pay him, or else I'm going to take off everything. I swear to God. So, okay, Pete, please, don't do it. You got it. You're going to do a full Monty on us because of a football player? So they're going to go ahead and sign Frank Clark. I don't think he's leaving. What else the coach say? I missed him or something there. Hey, let us get Trey. One half of the TNT Championship. The bells. One more, Trey. One more. I gotta have one more. I love it. He's carrying his urn as he walks slowly, as the Undertaker trails him, about to kill his next opponent and put him in the coffin. Trey!
Finally. And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo.
Trey!
Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to one half of the Tag Champions. My brother Trez. It's that time of year, Ronbo. It's our favorite time of year, Ronbo.
I love it. Trey,
as a fan, I mean, other than us playing, obviously, but if we're, this is when it matters. This is when it counts. This is when it's, shout out to everybody in the chat up late on the east side after midnight listening to Ronbo. He got that kind of pull. Shout out to everybody on the west side. It's good and easy for you guys, but
be loving y'all too,
brother Ronbo.
Yeah,
it's been cute and color. Okay, it's been real nice. It's been real cool. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if you don't mind,
you need a installment, don't you? And if you start with Deion Sanders, you'll be in everybody's favorite. All right, here we go. And now, it's that Friday night edition of Let Me Holler at You. So yours, Trey.
We rented you for 1 year, bro. You're not even a real Niner. Like, you're not even a real Niner. You're a mercenary. We hired you for a job. You came here and you did it.
Yeah.
You were salty. We let you go. I love Dion growing up. I have his shoes. He's one of the few football players, kids, throwback that actually has shoes, 94. Diamond turf.
And did you do a Jerry curl just like his? You see, everybody had to do it.
No, definitely not. But I had a shag, though, because it was like 88, like a 3-year-old, But the point is that, Dion, you keep our name out your mouth, Dion.
I know, man.
You ain't got nothing good to say. That's how we know you hurt. Hit dogs holler.
Mm-hmm.
I was always taught that, you know what I'm saying? Down south, that's what we were always taught. Hit dogs holler. Well, why you always got our name in your mouth, man? Like, you always hating. Like,
bitter.
But it's cool, though. That just lets us know. Exactly, Ronbo. You're a little salty.
And Jacksonville and Dallas, they're going to Super Bowl, Dion? Are you serious?
No. Well, let's get on to some Niner business.
Yeah.
We want to holler at, the guy that's in charge of getting us all these players. You know, Ronbo, this is John Lynch.
Oh, that's right.
Like, are you going to choke? Are you going to choke? Every time, Ronbo. Every time. Because this guy, I have no faith that he's going to land this. Ronbo, there's a couple of guys that we could land. Can I just give you a few if you don't?
Please.
Just a few. Everybody's talking about corners. I wanted to draft this guy. I want to see if we can throw some money at Bradley Roby. I don't know why that would be a problem. We just got their defensive coordinator that coached in that secondary. They got the inside intel on.
Hey, but Trey, he's not a free agent. How are you going to get him, though? You make a trade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was a restricted free agent, Ron. I could be wrong, but yeah, I mean, we're talking about trading for people. You know, that would be something I'd be all for. But you know, as far as pass rushers are concerned, you know, Ziggy's name's thrown out there because of the connections. But I'm really excited to see what D Ford could have. Probably not going to be available. But what about a guy like Shaquille Barrett that didn't really get a chance? What about a guy like Shane Ray that we could probably throw $2 or $3 million, $4 or $5 million at just to see what he could do for 1 year? Yeah, I mean, he had a little injury, a little wrist injury,
and
whatever.
And the Broncos owe us anyway. They come taking scandal. What y'all doing, man?
But I mean, then when people talking about Earl Thomas, I need an installment. Ronbo.
And now we continue Friday night, second part of Let Me Holler at You. And Warner DeLue, you must have saw Warner DeLue's post.
Ronbo, there'll be absolutely no Earl Thomas slander allowed on this program. Absolutely none. I heard that he had one leg. I heard that he was broken down. That man had more interceptions in 4 games on one leg than we had all season collectively.
That's so embarrassing.
No, let it sink in. So give me Earl on one leg, because if it's even healed a little bit, 1.5 legs is apparently better than anything we got. 1.5.
See, that's the thing. And Earl is he broke that leg in what week?
I think he broke it like week 5, week 6. And let's call it what it was, Ronbo.
Trey, it can't be that early. You know why? Because Earl was still at the house calling, giving prank calls to the Seattle front office. Remember, Earl was holding out for the longest time. Did he make?
Yeah, Earl was.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the first couple of games of the season. I'm saying like that he in the 4 games that he played, he had 3 interceptions.
Yeah. No, I'm
That's
just saying.
more than what we had all season.
All season, I know. Yeah.
We had 2.
Oh, man.
2. Sound like 2.
Hey, wait. We actually had 3, but Fred Warner screwed up getting a flag. I remember K'Wan Williams picked off
2.
And she's right though. That's all we have recorded. That one that Earl got doesn't count.
It is embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna do whatever it takes. We gotta improve the pass rush. Got the secondary coach in there. But this is what TNT talked about, Ronbo. We wanted Salah gone. So I want to tell you this. You know what they hired? They hired a babysitter. What the hell is a passing game coordinator?
You and Trez have creativity when it comes to bashing.
That's right. I do it. And I am satisfied. They got a guy that has some experience, a guy that's called plays and better coordinator. I am satisfied now. We wanted this. This is what Trez wanted. He needed somebody to supervise him.
Maybe.
So when we fire him after week 3, we have a defensive coordinator ready on staff.
There you go. It could be a part of a master plan. If anything fails, then you go ahead and you make Joe Woods your DC. You had this all planned, didn't you?
2? We bringing back Robert Saleh after setting an NFL record.
2. Right. Trey, I'm telling you, Robert Saleh he was not the DB's coach. Hafley got fired.
I'm not saying he was the DB's coach. He oversaw the DB's coach. So whatever Jeff Hafley was coaching, he was allowing. I want you fired.
Trey, you know what, though? If it becomes, if like you and me were running, what if I was a DC or you was a DC coach and I'm running the running back or whatever division, right? And they just suck the high heel. Well, we know each other, right? So you come, hey, Ronbo, listen, man, I don't know what to tell you, man, but listen, they got to do better next week. Trey, man, come on, man. I tell you what, afterward, I'm going to take you to dinner, man. We got a glass of wine. We're going to talk about it, all right? This goes on for 8 or 9 weeks. Pretty soon you can't find a way to fire me,
Ronbo.
right? So you know what you do? You know what you have to do? You got to go to the general manager and say, listen, I don't want to throw Ronbo under the bus, but listen, we're not going anywhere as long as he's the coach. So, you know, I have a feeling these kind of things happen.
I mean,
you know?
all right, no, this is the thing. This is the thing, Ronbo. If that situation happened, but then you turned around and hired a guy that did my job before and has done it better than me and has more experience than I do, like, I mean, let's be honest. Like, what are you doing? If he's coaching the passing game, what are you really coaching? The linebackers?
I tell you, though, he didn't. All I know is this, Trey. In that kind of business, you got to be careful. Saleh needs to go over and tell Halfley, listen, if they look like that next week, we got to do something.
Two. I think I'm going to say that all year, Rob. Two. Like,
they look like that every week.
You oversaw that.
I think they were trying to give each other a break because of the 2 years they started together. They were going to give each other a chance to grow. Now growing time is over.
That was enough. That was enough.
Right?
These were the same guys that told me that after a whole year watching, I told you in the offseason last year that Solomon had T-Rex arms, he didn't have any explosion off the edge, and he shouldn't have been playing outside. What did they do all year? Play him on the edge.
I just want to say one thing on that. See, you remember, you preached to the choir, I was not a Solomon T fan. Our beloved friend, our other brother from our other mother, that man in Atlanta, GA. Remember him and a whole army of people ganged up on us like crazy because we didn't appreciate Solomon T.
Ronbo, you know what? Thank you for the staff for sneaking me in because I know y'all was already shutting down shop. But all I'm going to say, I know I could just hear it in your voice, and thank you for doing this for all of us. But all I'm going to say is that I am so glad that we hired a babysitter, a pacifier, some wisdom. I gotta go. Shout out to everybody. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Ronbo.
Back at you, Trey.
Two.
I gotta hear this now. If we start winning next year, though, Trey, you gotta back up off my boy Robert Saleh.
All right. No. I will say this. When we start winning next year, I will come on here and I will personally thank Joe Woods for coming aboard this staff and getting everything right. All right?
Not Robert Saleh. There's no way that's going to do that. It's good. Because Robert's one to probably report at the end of the season. All right, Rob, you have to make the call on this now. Do you need any extra help, or what are we going to do here? Coach, I mean, John, please. I'm telling you right now, I told you this 6 weeks ago. Get Jeff Halfley the hell out of my face.
All I'm saying. I mean, I get that, Ronbo. But this is like, it's some of the ineptitude that has gone on this coaching staff has been legendary. Yeah. And, you know, in year 3, it won't be tolerated by the fans, you know.
No.
And I'm
I don't think it's going to be tolerated by John either. Yeah.
I'm telling you. Like, this is just...
They know.
All of them know. We're going to save the rest. All right.
We're good.
All right. And you know what?
After
you know what I appreciate
Sunday,
about you, Ronbo?
What's that?
What I appreciate about you is that you, even though you're impartial, that you stick to what you believe and you believe in what you believe. And you've been riding with Robert Saleh. And you're going down with that ship. And I appreciate that. Because there's just no way that this is I don't see it turning around, Ronbo. I see elementary play calling. Like, we had to bring in a guy to actually – like, so, I mean, is Joe Woods going to call passing plays? Is he going to call third down defense? I mean, what is he going to do? What is a passing coordinator? All right, man, I'm gone.
You're cruel. You're a cruel man, Trey. That's all I got to say. My God.
Man.
Just kick a man when he's down.
All right, man.
I'll see you Sunday, Trey. Oh,
yes,
man.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you once again.
But he's right. I see at this point I can't abandon Robert Saleh even if I had changed my mind. I've been riding his ship for the longest time, and I still think he's a very brilliant individual. So, and I do think that he's been held responsible for some things that were pretty much out of his control. He needs better personnel. He needs coaches that know how to teach, not just sit there and tell guys what the game plan is. He needs to show people how to do things. You know, if I see a kid running down the field and he's constantly making the same mistake, I am concerned with whoever he's working with all week long. Jeff Hafley. As that lady used to say on that show, Jeff Hafley, you are the weakest link. You're out of here. Jeff picks up his little box, puts all his little toys in there. You know, you guys are blaming me for everything, but it's not all my fault. You know, if I had a couple of good players in there, Jeff, just please don't leave with no dignity at all. Leave, Jeff. Be quiet. Leave. You know, because, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to keep getting killed the same way. I could see if there was a new way of getting killed every week, but not every week. The same thing. And I got defensive backs all over the field pointing at each other, throwing their arms up in the air. Kello spent this whole season looking like this. You know, that's Hafley. Dolan says, it seems like after Bowman got hurt in the NFC Championship, our players have been dropping like flies. Hey, that was the starting point. That is. And then the next year scary. It's like somebody put voodoo on us or something. Eric Smith says, one of these days I'm going to call in because I love my Niner fam. I discovered the Ronbo show just after the draft last year, and I've been a faithful listener every week since. Hit that like there, Eric. Thanks, Eric. All right, get on in and we're waiting for you, man. And bring us your favorite food recipe, too. We like those. It's a combination of 49er food and fun. Stone Cold 49er. And what about Polite? Is that the way we pronounce Polite's name? I saw a film on him, too. Dude's quick. He's a little small, but quick. Quickness works as far as an edge rusher or a Leo, you know? You don't need to be like that guy that Daniel Jeremiah has given us from Zachary or something. Oh, God, that's just awful. Coach Tim says, you notice, though, Richard Sherman has been silent when it comes to Hafley. Good point. Sherm never said a word. He's always said something about Salah, but he never said a word about Hafley. You see that? I hadn't even thought about that. He says, why do you think that is? He usually will call out an issue if it was an issue after they're gone. See, Rich has grown up about that, Coach. He figures don't need a kick in Hafley after he left. But he sort of made clear, and it may have been Hafley that got, just between John and Kyle, they may have had a talk, and Rich probably just said, it ain't nothing wrong with the scheme, but you need somebody who can teach it. Jeff Hafley's not that guy. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get dressed, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna get out of here, I'll see you tomorrow. See, you can do that and you have done the right thing, Jeff Hafley didn't know what he was doing. Warner DeLo says, I've never cheated or called in before, but been faithful listener for 3 years, and now your fans out in W. Is that as you say, Washington? Warner, thanks, fam. Thanks. I'm thinking WA must be Washington. Okay. Jason John says, I'm more hyped for next season than I was for this season. If we can stay healthy, we'll make some noise. No doubt about it. Because you can see the program's been at least over half installed. So, guys know what they're supposed to be doing. I figure the defense is going to play fast next year. I know the offense is going to play fast. George Kittle already proved that. They know what they're doing now. They got a feel for it. It's not about thinking through the paces anymore. Coach also says, I can't wait to see Ferguson rush at the Senior Bowl, practicing one-on-ones. Kid has no give up in him, and he keeps his eyes on his target well. Some guys lose track of the quarterback and get hung up with the offensive tackle. I know, Well, that's a good point, Coach. You got to keep your eye on the prize, and get rid of this guy. I hate it when defensive linemen start dancing around. Yeah, learn some moves. Get rid of the offensive lineman. I mean, unless it's Quentin Nelson or McGlinchey or Staley or somebody like that. Don't let every offensive lineman in the NFL handle you. We had so many guys dance around the offense. It made me so mad. We get to watch Jaylon Ferguson work. And he says that's going to be a show, I think. Hank Moody, he says, honestly, who do you think we're going to get round one? I'm praying for Greedy Williams. Hank, I don't know. I just don't see it. Greedy, he would be an awesome pickup. The dude can play. But I'm still one of the proponents of you putting the horse in front of the carriage, or behind. You're putting the horse before the carriage. If your defensive line is up there struggling and the quarterback's got all the day to throw, Greedy, just like everybody else in that secondary, is going to get choked out. You've got to put pressure on that quarterback so that now the cornerbacks and defensive backs can do their job. You know, if the cornerbacks and everybody are doing their job just long enough, they can also help the offensive line too. Defensive line too, and I get that. But if the quarterback's sitting back there scanning the field, all he's got to do is wait till this guy gets away. NFL offensive wide receivers, they will get away. I don't care how good that defensive back is if there's no pressure on the quarterback. So that's why I'm saying front line first, and you can worry about the all-star cornerback next. You know, that's just the way it is. Richard Sherman got away last year on his reputation. He scared people to death. The rest of our guys scared nobody. They threw on him all day. Montez Sweat. Of course, the Demarius House says Sweat beats blocks. 1/4 of Allen's sacks were off blown assignments from the offensive line. I do like him, though. You know, Demarius, so I looked at the film and I know what you're talking about. I don't know if they blew assignments or did they just get beat. I mean, the dude is like in your face right now. It's like he doesn't even, he's fast. And Jeremiah Avalo says, bring back the 49er hit squad. Tony Montana. Hey, and Taryn Moore says, if Garnett could grow and actually step up like the last weeks of the season, then that'll be a good guy, but not good enough. We need more big guys like McGlinchey, not fat guys like Garnett. Garnett lost some weight, and Garnett was also effective in that last. Every time we saw Garnett after he finally got through being injured, it was effective every time. Every time. And here's the thing, Taryn. If indeed there's nobody faster than Aaron Donald, if Aaron Donald's standing over on the sideline throwing punches at Garnett, he ain't throwing punches at Garnett because he's beating him. He's throwing punches at Garnett because he's frustrated. Think about that for a minute. Don't fool yourself into thinking Garnett's slow. At Stanford, that dude was what you call a menacing mauler. If he comes back into form, he's not hurt, and he finally gets to the NFL speed, we may have something there. Antonio Kidd said, what's up? And the Niner Empire. Jim Thurl says 2019, Allen 15 sacks, Buck 13 sacks. Music to my ears. Your boy Jump Kick Man gets 8. Boy, I tell you what, I do love to watch Cassius Barnes do that taekwondo kick. His timing on that kick is just, it's beautiful to watch. Jeff Tan says, don't you know the story about how Jerry Rice was going crazy the night before the Super Bowl, and then Deion Sanders told him to just relax? Yeah, I do remember that. I read about that story, actually. Jerry, and before they faced each other, same thing, too. Golden Knight says, if we can somehow bring pressure with 4 guys next year, I think Saleh's scheme can work. See, that's the thing. If you ran a blitz in a 3-4, it would probably include 4 guys. This is why the 4-3 is designed so you can keep people in coverage and put up ample pressure up front. That's why you have a covered 3. So that's why I don't understand. This is a personnel issue. That's why I always thought. Coach Tim says Solomon T had to play edge, which is a mistake. He's not an edge rusher. He's not. Stop making him lose weight. If anything, have him pick up weight. We didn't have anyone else. Trust me. He goes back inside permanently and we'll have a good year. And Coach promises this. I hope so, because he's got violent hands from what I understand, so that'll work in offensive lineman. And Brian Culp says, hey, Ronbo, dude, I can't wait for the season to start. The 49ers have to be a better team next year. Oh, they got to be. It's all about the health of this team. If we can stay out of the hospital, I mean, we fill up a hospital every year. If we can stay out of the hospital, I think we'll be okay. Left 12, Elijah Lee is our Telvin Smith from the Jaguars. Ooh, there's a comparison, because Telvin Smith is a bad dude. I like Elijah Lee. You know what? We're looking at high and low. Elijah Lee he's got the size, he's got the speed. For today's NFL, guys like Elijah Lee are what you actually want. He's long, he's quick, can get back in coverage. I like him. Anyway, they're going to still shop for a linebacker, so don't worry. Fam, I got to go. Hit that like, police. You know I love them likes. And I'll look for you after the Gumbo Bowl. Marcus Peter. I know it, Coach. I know what Sean Payton was talking about. But we're going to meet again. And we're going to sit down. We have a nice bowl of gumbo. You feel me? Hey, Marcus, what you need to do is start looking at some film and stop talking. You'll get your little butt beat. That same dude, Thomas, is going to be out there again. Maybe they're going to put Talib on him this time to help him out. But, Marcus, you should do, Marcus, is you ought to say, don't help me. Don't help me. I can do this. Because you know what everybody's going to say? If you help me out, after the game, they're going to say, the only reason why he didn't kick my ass is because y'all pulled him off of me. Let me have him. Oh, I hope Marcus does use that poor judgment and say, let me have him. I'll see you after the Gumbo Bowl. Everybody, we're going to do some crawfish together.